Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Jim is on his way to Vegas for Skankfest 24, Return of the Skank. And we're here as, I guess the world is still falling apart. They're getting ready for Florida to just be finished, right? All they're saying is this Hurricane Helene. Supposed to be, they're just calling it deadly. Deadly winds, deadly rain, deadly hurricane. Are you doing, I know you're like in a pretty central location, but they're acting like the whole state of Florida is kind of going to get fucked over by this Hurricane Helene.
I hope not.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do?
What can you do?
Is your house going to go away?
I hope not.
Well, do you think he knows in advance, like, hey, just so you know, your house is going to go away? Okay.
It's got to be stressful, though, to, like, be all the way up here and not be able to, like, batten down the hatches.
Find like a tarp or something to put over it, or just board up the windows, something. Does that stress you out at all, or are you able to just kind of brush it off? Because Troy's got a house in Orlando, which is, again, it's as central as you can get.
Troy has property in multiple states.
Well, he's doing very well for himself.
That's right.
But also, they're like, they're just, when these hurricanes attack Florida, they attack Florida, and they're getting worse.
Yeah. My brother lives next door, so
okay, so he can kind of look out for.
Yeah, if something happens, God forbid, he'll know when something happens.
Well, you have like a screened-in porch and everything, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's screened in, but there's windows, so it's not open.
And you guys close all that when you leave?
Yeah.
You put Toots' toys away.
Toots' toys are away.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's where it needs to be.
Yeah, the cat toys won't get blown away by the hurricane. Okay, good.
I have a grill outside, which makes me.
That's it. That's done. That one's done.
Your drum kit.
It's not a big your drum kit's inside the house, right?
The drum kit is inside.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because if I was in Florida, I would definitely go, like, maybe, can I have an outdoor drum kit? Because it really would be badass to have, like, an outdoor drum kit that you just, like, in the morning, go out in your tighty whities, and the Florida sun's just hitting you, and you're just practicing the drums, waking up the whole community.
That would be amazing.
Right? And you just feel the sun hitting your back.
Yep.
As you're just like, just
rocking.
Yeah, just ripping drum solos. People be like, it's really irritating, but it is skilled.
Yeah.
I can't believe how long he's been going. What a roll he's on.
And then when you leave to come back up here, they're just community drums.
Maybe if you get them on wheels.
They're small. It's a small drum kit, so it's
like a Meg White drum kit.
It's even smaller than that. It's
Fisher Price, actually. It's as small as it gets. It's for babies.
They're blue and red.
Yeah.
Questlove I bought his drum kit
from Questlove.
Well, he has a signature series, the Ludwig Questlove breakbeat kit.
So that's cool. That's fun. Yeah.
So it's small, but yeah, I could transport it inside and outside easy if I had to.
That's what you should think about. Obviously, once the hurricane's hit, maybe in the summer. You know what I mean? Once you get to spend, maybe even over Christmas. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, it is small.
No, it's a different color one, but yeah.
But still about that.
This one right here, the gray one.
The gray one?
Yep.
This one right here?
Yep. That's sick.
There it is.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
I would do it how cold does it get out there during Christmas? 70s? 60s?
Highs in the low 70s.
Oh, yeah.
It could dip down to it gets cold. It gets in the 50s.
Well, I would still, just to celebrate the fact that you're not in cold New York.
Yeah.
And the hurricane's over. Hurricane season will be done by then.
Yeah.
Bring that drum kit outside, put a hoodie on, and just drum outside, because the rest of us can't do that in New York. You know?
That's not a bad idea. I might do that.
Yeah.
Drum like Christmas songs?
They call you the little drummer boy of Orlando. And that's just very seasonal,
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
People go, what the fuck are you doing, dude? It's 6 o'clock in the morning and you're outside.
You're outside rumpa-bum-bumming.
You're just like, 'tis the season. I'm the little drummer boy of Orlando. They go, okay. I get. You're like, what are you trying to take? The Christ out of Christmas? They're like, no. This is Florida. This is the land of the free.
That's right.
You keep it up, I guess. Yeah, that's what I would do, for sure. But that stuff does. I was thinking about this morning how I would handle it. I feel like I would try to just... And some people don't like to leave their houses because they like to be there if something goes wrong. But at the same time, it's not like you're going to be able to fix it as it's happening.
No.
I think the move is probably to just try to set your house up as nice as possible. You know what I mean? Like board up the windows and do whatever you have to do. And then just go on a road trip and come back when it's done.
It's terrifying while it's going on, though.
It's got to be.
During Sandy, when we lived in Rockaway, we were staying at Anthony's house.
That's got to be terrifying in general.
That's all I meant. I didn't mean the hurricane was fine. It was just terrifying to be there.
Yeah, we were hostage.
But, like, we're watching on TV as, like, literally buildings that are 2 blocks away from our building in Rockaway are on fire.
So there is that thing of even though you don't have to deal with it, you're anxious the entire time.
You're anxious the entire time, and you're watching on TV, like, is this fire going to stop? Is it going to continue on to other buildings and then hit our building? That
is crazy that if it's really a bad storm, if you're getting out of Dodge, you really do kind of have to pack up. Like, that is one of those scenarios where you might be throwing photo albums or something in the car just to make sure.
And at no point did we ever, like, think of that, because at the time we were on, like, the 5th floor, so we're like, okay, we're not going to get flooded, but we have to leave because the area is going to be a mess, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, God, you didn't think that's terrifying.
There's going to be fires and stuff.
No.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and Florida just got hit like a year or two ago. Really, really bad.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, it was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
These storm modifications are just getting out of control.
What?
Is that what they call it? Storm modification?
I thought it was a hurricane.
Well, somebody's got to be doing it.
I thought it was Hurricane Helene.
Well, I get what you're saying. It's like, if you don't know how to use your devices, all of a sudden it gets way worse than it's supposed to be.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
I don't. What's a storm modification?
Wow.
It's called HARP, I think it's called.
Right. Wasn't there just something like some documentary or something where they or maybe it was a news report. I think you sent it recently, Troy, where somebody on like CNN or something accidentally said, yeah, they've been controlling the weather since the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're just saying it now. Like, it's like, oh, this is just a thing that's happening.
Right, like maybe if we just say it as if we all already knew this was happening.
I think they call it cloud seeding.
Right. Right. They've
been modifying the weather since the 40s.
Yeah, they've been manipulating the clouds forever. We all know this. Anyway, so but wait. What was the thing you said a minute ago? The hurricane's coming? No. After that. Oh, that everybody should leave. No. Before that. What about the clouds? What?
It's crazy. And you were like a complete nut job for even suggesting that could be a thing.
Well, it says airports, colleges closed in Florida as potential Category 4 storm expected to wreak unprecedented damage, which is terrible because the precedent that's been set for damage by Florida hurricanes is high.
Very high.
So the idea that it would be unprecedented is nuts. I mean, where is it hitting, like, first? Is Tampa, like, in a lot of danger?
Let's see.
Because usually Tampa, the entire coast. Wow.
It looks like the East Coast, or the West Coast, rather.
West side?
The best side.
Yeah.
That's where I used to live.
Man.
Yeah. No, I know they already canceled what they canceled last night's Braves-Mets game and tonight's Braves-Mets game in Atlanta.
And the band Florida Georgia Line is completely canceled.
They're getting fucked.
Yes, it's over for them.
But now the Mets are going to have to play, like 6 games in 3 days to try to make the playoffs?
It's something absurd. It's literally like the worst thing that could happen to a baseball team with a playoff spot.
And it was totally avoidable. They knew this hurricane was coming. They could have played doubleheaders like 2 days ago.
Like, get it done in advance.
Mm-hmm. Now they have to play a doubleheader on Monday, and the playoffs are supposed to start on Tuesday, and the Mets don't even know if they're going to be in the playoffs. The Braves, too.
Can't they just all agree to, like, 5 innings and go like, look, this is going to be like impossible.
Little league rules.
We'll do a couple quick 5-inning games, mercy rule.
Yeah, let's just do like, 3-hit innings, like, yeah, dad pitch, parent pitch,
And like, I'm sure they wouldn't even consider playing these games if one of the teams wasn't still in it, But like,
that they're all like this. Actually,
they have to play these games.
Of all times for this to happen, baseball actually counts right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So the Mets actually have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Since like the first week of June, they've played quite well.
And now they have to do 17 games in the course of 5 days.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, final boss.
Wow.
Yeah, they're let's see, in the playoffs, they're in right now, but Atlanta is 1 game back. So, like, these games count so much.
There could be multiple swings inside of, like, 48 hours.
Yeah.
You just all got to go back to...
There's 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. Because Arizona's tied with...
So you're just going to be sitting in Queens playing hours and hours and hours of baseball.
Just triple headers.
Triple headers every day. We got to make it up. We got to be done by October.
Yeah.
It's really close to October. Let's go to Chris in Florida. What's up, Chris?
Hey, gentlemen.
Hey, man. Chris, your phone's breaking. Your phone's breaking up, bud. It's making me scared. All right, Chris, call back if you get a chance. Your phone is breaking up. Liz in North Carolina.
Hi, boys.
Hi, Liz.
Hi. So I went to College of Charleston, which is on the coast of South Carolina, and during hurricanes, we always had hurricane parties, which were really fun. And it was above sea level, so the roads would flood, and people would like ride on kayaks and canoes and stuff. So it was pretty fun.
You had a good time.
Yeah, and one time I didn't move my car to the parking garage, and it flooded.
Oh, that's sick.
I was drunk.
Yeah, sure. No, that'll happen.
My dad was really excited about that.
Sure. No, Dad, you don't understand. I was drunk. And the car got
I had to get drunk instead of moving my car to the top of the garage like you told me to.
Wasn't it great that, like, and I think it's no matter what generation you're in, that there is that age when you're in college that you're adult enough to make your own decisions, but young enough that you're still absolutely invincible. So you're like, oh, there's a hurricane coming. Let's get all fucked up and party. We'll kayak in the streets.
What could happen?
Yeah, this is going to go great.
There's a really good clip from the Weather Channel, if you type in Weather Channel College of Charleston, where you can see people in the background like canoeing, and the weather guys just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, the hurricane is still happening. Go back inside. They're like, fuck off. You go back inside, weatherman.
And like the water was disgusting because it was like, street water.
Yeah, it's like it's disgusting, and there's probably live wires in it and stuff like that. Like it's.
Yeah. And then once people were drunk, it just got debaucherous. I don't know. It was not. I probably have a disease still from that.
Sure, but was it fun, Liz?
Absolutely, Sam.
Okay.
Would do it again.
Of course you would. Thank you. Appreciate the call.
No regrets.
All right. Well, you boys stay safe. I hope Florida Troy gets through it.
Well, it'll be all right. It's finally paying off to be in New York for a period of time. Well, although we're about to not have a mayor. We'll get into that in a second. Was this the ABC News report that Troy... These things do not... By the way, you talk about a weather radar. These reports... Troy's conspiracy radar is not to be messed with. None of these reports get by Troy. He sees them.
Thanks to X.
You talking about the free speech platform?
Exactly right.
Better than ever, right?
Better than ever. Running on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud seeding is booming. They anticipate at least another 200 ground cloud seeding machines to be put in before next season.
Ginger, this is such a cool concept, but is it too good to be true? I mean, how do we know that the chemicals that they're spraying from the air aren't bad for us or the planet?
The good news is we've been doing this since the 1940s and 50s. Other countries do it, and there have been a lot of research projects that have shown that the silver iodide, for example, is not found. It's negligible once it gets down to ground level.
So
silver iodide is literally what like Alex Jones would talk about, and everybody would go, he's crazy.
Oh, you're nut. You're crazy.
Troy watches these reports like he's Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Just like pointing, she said it! That's what I've been telling you, she just said it!
But is that really a bad thing?
What, spraying from the clouds?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well,
it dissipates, dude.
Controlling the weather for our benefit?
Well, how do you know some things are all for our benefit? I mean,
well, yeah, the government tells me.
But isn't it wild, though, that, like...
Yeah, they're not, dude. Yeah, we elect them. They're not going to do
work
things.
For us.
Yes,
they wouldn't do anything nefarious to us.
No, we're their boss.
God.
But isn't it wild, though, that, like, you'll say, like, oh, hey, they're modifying the weather. And it's like, you're a complete fucking asshole for thinking that. How dare you think that? And then all of a sudden, just they, like, nonchalantly are like, oh, no, this is happening. And
here's the good news. We've been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
So
40.
when I was saying,
worry about it.
So 5 years ago when I was saying this, I was the lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then now, 5 years later, was okay. Maybe a little. Maybe they've been doing it a little bit.
A little since the 40s.
You have to imagine if they figured this out in the 40s that, I mean, technology has improved incredibly since the 1940s.
So it's not unreasonable to think that they can manufacture storms.
That's true, but why would they wipe out Florida? Just for no reason?
Well, because it's the land of the free, and they don't like that.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize this was a politically motivated attack.
And Disney's woke.
Disney is woke.
I forgot. This is getting back at them for all the pandemic stuff.
That's right.
Sam.
Don't Fauci my Florida? Okay, Florida. Okay. You like your t-shirts, huh? Oh, nice bumper sticker. Okay. Oh, funny. Oh, you're the funny state, huh? Enjoy this.
Yeah. This guy's walking around with his eyes closed, Troy.
That's right. No, I figured it out. Thank you, Troy.
You're very welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Eric in Pittsburgh.
Hey, boys. Good morning. Florida Troy, I hope your place is okay, buddy. I feel bad for you, man.
Thank you, bud.
Sam, hey, real quick, before I get to my Mets point.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Terrifier 3 coming out, or are you like, how is this even possible?
I couldn't be more excited. I'm double excited about Terrifier 3 coming out. Number one, because it's even happening. And number two, when I found out that they decided to turn this thing into a Christmas movie, because I love a Christmas horror movie. Like a Christmas slasher horror movie is so seldom done right, but when they nail it, yeah, I can't wait. I think it's October 11th. Terrifier 3 comes out.
Yeah, I was going to say it's coming up in like 2 weeks, so that's going to be exciting. I'm excited for it too. But so here's the thing with the Mets. I'm a lifelong Mets fan. This is just par for the course for us, as Montone will attest to. But I heard, I was listening to Mad Dog, and they were saying some shit about the Braves didn't want to move the games to a neutral site or do the doubleheader on the Monday because they needed the off day, and they didn't want to give up the gate fees that they were going to make on those 3 games because they thought they could squeeze them in. And I'm like, that's the pettiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
They didn't
And the MLB has no answer for it. Like,
yeah,
they won't answer
that's definitely a quiet part loud scenario when they're like, no, we don't. The neutral thing wouldn't be fair, and our players need the rest, and also we don't want to give up the the ticket money. Yeah. We don't want to give up the ticket money, but it's mainly the other stuff. Oh, the other stuff, right?
Yeah, and if there's any franchise that this would happen to, it would be the New York Mets, and they've had the best record in baseball since like May 30th.
I also love.
And this is what they get for that.
I love so much that Mets fans are going. There's a deadly hurricane attacking the state of Florida, and the Mets fans are like, and Floridians aren't the only victims here. Our Mets aren't being able to play at the right time.
That's why I prefaced it with, I hope, Troy, your place is okay.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I mean, Floridians aren't the only victims here, right, Mike?
They aren't.
Right.
They haven't been suffering nearly as long as we have.
That's right. You thought you finally had something nice.
You think the Cowboys are a disaster. It's been since '86 for the Mets.
Yeah. Imagine if Jim was a Mets fan. Oh, that'd be bad. Eric in Colorado.
Hey, guys. So just to help fuel Troy's conspiracies, they've been actually doing cloud seeding since the mid-'30s.
Oh, shit.
And there has been shown that the Allies, towards the end of World War II, used cloud seeding to impact the weather, to impact a couple of key battles to help defeat the Germans.
Okay.
Just to help fuel Troy.
And that was a long time ago, so I would imagine...
Yeah.
Because phones are way better now. Like, way better. From the 1930s, way better. So I can only imagine they're probably cloud seeding from apps now.
Let me check that.
Wow. God, they might be.
Right? Thank you, Eric.
Let me see if there's a cloud seeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, just see if it's in the app store. It'd be hidden. It might be called something else, but you look in the if you look in the keywords, they'll always be there.
It's freemium.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I'm not going
to. No, if you want to get the real high cloud, you just have to buy these cloud coins.
Yeah, I don't have the money for that right now.
Oh, no, they'll eat you out of house and home. These kids of mine and their Robux, you don't understand. These free games get so expensive.
My hetero car mate Jermaine saw Terrifier 3.
He already saw it?
Yeah, he saw it at Fantastic Fest down in Austin, and he said it was without question the most disgusting, gory, vile thing he's ever seen.
Wow, because Terrifier 2 was extremely disgusting, gory, and I mean, vile has such a negative connotation. I don't think vile is the appropriate word.
Vile in a good sense, though.
Yeah. I mean, when you just see
like
this,
when you're watching it and you're laughing at how vile it is.
I mean, they just show he's like grabbing the victim's arm and like break. You're like, oh, that's what hurts so much. Or like literally pouring salt in a wound. You're like,
that's vile.
This is troubling. Yeah, I can't. I look. You got the Santa hat on. I can't wait. Yeah. I really can't wait. Yeah. So while Florida is in danger of this horrible hurricane Helene that's coming down here in New York, apparently our mayor's a foreign agent. We found out yesterday that it would appear, and these like high profile indictment crime things that can last over the course of days are so crazy to me, right? Like sometimes the cops just come in out of nowhere and bombard somebody. And on this one, Eric Adams is like, yesterday it was, I've heard they're going to indict me tomorrow. So let's start talking about it today. And then they say the plan is next week to turn himself in. Like, we know where he is. What do you mean give himself the weekend and then turn himself in? It seems like it should be very easy.
He probably has a full schedule.
Doing what?
I don't know, taking money from the Turks?
Well, that's what they said he's doing. I mean, if that's what he's doing.
Got to get his offshore accounts in order.
There's more money. That's the other thing. Like, if he's got offshore accounts, why would you give him the weekend? Why wouldn't you just grab him right now? It says Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a grand jury. That's our mayor of New York City here. Has been indicted by a grand jury on charges connected to a federal probe, sources told the Post. As the defiant mayor claimed he was being persecuted by the federal government for speaking about the city's migrant crisis. So just like they're doing the storm to Florida for political reasons, he's saying,
yep.
Same. Different, but still same. This is the first time it's happened to a sitting New York City mayor that they've been indicted. I mean,
which is crazy when you think of the mayors we've had.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, this is the first one.
If you said which of the last, dozen mayors that we've had have been indicted, I would guess all.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Rudy, we had de Blas.
Can you indict for just sheer incompetence?
Yeah, all of them. We've never had a good mayor.
You're facing federal charges for being a dumbass?
Right. We thought we might have had a good mayor in 9/11, but then we were proven wrong. Like, clearly, that was,
Thankfully, he was a good mayor, though, while he was here. It's just what he did afterward.
Yeah.
Wow.
But people didn't really like him until 9/11.
9/11 is when they started liking him.
He took the pornography out of Times Square. People hated him for that.
Yeah, people love porn.
Which is weird because he seems to like pussy.
I mean, I've seen the videos.
Well, he doesn't like to share it, though. He's taking the pornography out of New York City, keeping it for himself.
That's true. It's the communal nature of pussy that he objects to.
Yeah, remember he almost hooked up with Borat or what? I don't remember the exact scenario, but he's pretty ready for it. Yeah, it said details about the exact accusations remain unclear, but are believed to be connected to allegations of the Turkish government illegally funneling money into his mayoral campaign in exchange for approval of the Turkish consulate in Manhattan, which feels like there has to be much more under the surface than just like, hey, can you push our consulate through? Here's some money. And Mayor Adams being like, yeah. Done.
I don't know. I mean, this has been going on for, I feel like months, where I remember one of his aides was under investigation for this, and now it's gone all the way up to him.
I mean, can you imagine? We had I don't remember in my lifetime, even when, like, Rudy was, like, kidnapping the homeless and making them disappear. I don't remember a more hated mayor than de Blasio in my lifetime. And still, Eric Adams has managed to come in and be a buffoon. Like, and now he's getting indicted?
Now he's indicted.
And everybody hates him to the point where, generally speaking, I think here in New York, people are like, I don't understand really what's going on, but I believe the charges.
I'm not even sure why he's hated.
I don't know either.
But he kind of is.
I think it's just because, like, he hasn't done anything to make it necessarily better. Like, he doesn't come across as much of a douchebag as de Blasio did.
What are you talking about? The burger element?
The burger element. Like, it seemed like de Blasio was, like, actively doing things to spite the city. Like, we believe he was a bad person. But Eric Adams has just come in and done so nothing that we're like, yeah, okay, we're ready for you to be indicted, I guess. I don't, you know.
You mean this guy?
What is alerting everybody to the FOMO?
Yep.
Was that also, what was he doing? Like saying if you don't get vaccines, you'll get FOMO?
I think that was when they were putting on free concerts.
Oh.
But you could only get into the concerts if you were vaccinated.
That was a coincidence. It was mainly because of the concerts.
So he was like, hey guys, don't get FOMO. These concerts are going to be awesome.
We have Mumford & Sons and hamburgers.
FOMO alert.
Come on.
This is my favorite part of any New York City mayor term. The de Blasio trying to convince everyone to get vaccinated.
Yeah, the post-COVID de Blasio is the best de Blasio, especially since COVID started with him being like, let me hit the gym and then close everything down. That was the beginning. And then he waited 18 months, and then he said, okay, it's time everybody get back. But here are the reward points that I'll give you. You can go see Imagine Dragons and get a side of fries for free. Oh,
and
man.
a Krispy Kreme.
And a crisp. Oh, yeah, you get free Krispy Kremes. We'll give everybody diabetes. Just get a COVID vaccine.
You wonder if anybody was actually like, you know what, I want a free cheeseburger. I'm going to go get it.
I'm getting that. Yeah, like, I didn't hear anything about, what's it called? Shake Shack's earnings being down that quarter from all the free burgers they were giving away. Got my card here. I'm here for my fries, and I've heard there's a burger element as well. There's a rumor going around about a burger element.
Who told you?
Well, Eric Adams is getting in front of this thing. You know, they said, apparently, I was listening to the radio this morning. What do you think I was listening to, Mike?
CBS 880.
No, I can't.
They're still around, right?
10-10 wins. That's the only game in town. I was listening to 10-10, and they said that Gracie Mansion was like all roped off, and there were cops around it and stuff. I didn't realize that the mayor was a flight risk, but I guess you could just save money and take him now,
No.
as opposed to going like, you can turn yourself in next week, and we'll pay all the cops to just hang out outside your house until you do that. Feels like there's a more direct route to take, but I don't know anything about this stuff. He made a statement, though. He got up at his podium, and instead of reading a teleprompter, he read a piece of paper under the camera for some reason, and made, maybe I'm a stickler for details, and made this no eye contact statement.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my
See him
belief.
looking down?
Yep.
Like, teleprompters are so, you could get it for like $300. You get a teleprompter, and it's great. You could bill it to us. You could bill it to New York City.
Oh, I thought you meant like Jim McClure.
We'll take care of it. Right. Sirius XM, we live in, we broadcast out of the city. We'll pay for it. But no, he's like, just write it on an index card. Let's hear Mayor Adams.
Okay.
Intern split.
That the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so,
right,
these charges will be entirely false.
Wait. They haven't been charged. Is he saying I'm so sure I have not done, I've done so zero crimes that I've heard they're going to charge me with a crime, and I don't know what the crime is, but no matter what it is, they are lying. I don't understand how you could not, like, he's like, I'm not saying what it is, but I am saying it's a lie. It's hard for me to get on your side if that's the case.
We'll see what it is.
We'll see, but I can tell you before we even see, it's a huge lie.
Did not do it.
I didn't do it, so that's one thing I'll tell you.
We haven't told you what it is yet.
Yeah, well, either way, I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
But she caught you on the counter.
It wasn't me.
And she caught you on the sofa.
It wasn't me.
She even caught you on camera.
It wasn't me.
Oh, all right. I guess it wasn't him.
Sir, I'd like to use the "it wasn't me" defense.
Yeah. My attorney, Shaggy, would like to say a few words.
If so, these charges will be entirely false.
Okay.
Based on lies.
Oh.
But they would not be surprising.
Oh.
I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became for months.
By the way, right out of the Trump playbook.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming after me.
Hey.
Because I've stuck up for you.
Because I stick up for you. I am a victim just like you guys. We're all going to rally together, right? Except when Trump does it, he gets a bunch of people in red hats to be like, right. And when Mayor Adams does it, people go, no, dude, what?
Yeah, I got to go to work.
Well, in fairness to the mayor, the people of the city have been clamoring for a new Turkish consulate.
That's right. That's actually a great point, Mike. I forgot about the outcry from the residents of New York City for a Turkish consulate. They've been saying, you know what the real problem in New York is? Is it the subways? No. Is it the shoplifting? No. The homeless? No. The migrants? No. Well, then what is it? Well, the Turkish consulate is not up to snuff. Oh. All right. Well, at least we got a good mayor that can take care of that.
We just feel like we need more things to do around here.
Yeah. Well, no, as Mayor Adams has said, if that is the charge, in that case, it is false.
And also, here's why it's happening, even though I don't know anything.
I don't think he took any, like in college, you got to take, you should take logic classes. You know, it's under the philosophy category. But if you take a logic class, you fill out those, you know, like, have you ever done a logic tree?
Yeah.
Like a logic chart, like if, then, and, like, okay, no, if that is true, then that can't be true. It doesn't feel like Mayor Adams ever, that was part of the curriculum that he took for mayor college or
he's
whatever.
Just writing poetry instead, saying, I would become a target, and the target I became.
Right, like what?
It's very high school poetry.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what all his aides are doing off camera.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good, right, guys? Yeah, sure.
Edit the snaps, yeah.
Yeah, snap them. Okay, all right, Mayor.
My ground for all of you that I would be a target, and a target I became.
Nope.
For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty.
Leaks were aimed at him?
This past week.
Leaks are true. Rumors can be false, but leaks...
Yeah, a leak is something that actually happened.
Yeah. They leaked this as an attack on me. But that would mean it was true. Like, okay. All right. Well.
Okay, continue.
All right, sorry.
Maybe this was just one take.
Sorry. And it definitely was one take because he said to read the card under the camera instead of getting a teleprompter.
They searched the home of our new police commissioner looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration.
You're kidding me.
Enough.
Enough.
I fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit.
All right.
Good. There we go. Good. He's got to do it. The fact that they would run background checks on the people that he's bringing in is outrageous. And where would they even learn how to... They searched the home of the guy he hired as a police commissioner. Oh, this is what... Oof. Do you think they took it right out of Mayor Adams' playbook?
Yeah, they didn't even have
how'd they do such a good search? Like, this is how they found everything. Because people don't remember years ago when he was just Senator Eric Adams.
A little heavier.
He was a little heavier. He was rocking the...
Stash.
The
5 o'clock mustache.
They didn't realize that he wrote the playbook on this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is bad.
Right. What I would like to show here is to empower parents on how to search a room inside their...
What I would like to show here is to empower parents. Those are two. That's the beginning of one sentence and the end of a different sentence. Oh, we'll talk to Troy.
Everyone's leaving.
Oh, we'll talk to Troy. There's bathroom emergencies.
There's more than one storm brewing.
Oh, yeah. It's not just weather emergencies going through here today.
It's 8:35.
Well, a lot of bathroom emergencies today.
I guess so.
Yes.
Lord. Just trying to do a show.
Let's hear his Eric Adams.
Parents on how to search a room inside their home. It's imperative that you should know what's inside your household. And no one can state that you can't search a room in your own home. You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment rights inside your household.
Can you pause for a second?
Of course.
Is that like...
What are you looking at?
Is that true? You can do... Once you're in your house, can you do whatever the fuck you want?
You don't have a Constitution.
I need to write one over the weekend, I guess.
Before your wife does.
Oh, shit!
Because it's the firsty law. It's whoever writes it first. That's the Constitution.
Once that door closes, it's my law in here. What?
No, Senator, that's not how it works.
There is no abuse inside the home is all good.
He also seems to be confused by which amendment protects you from
search and seizure?
From unreasonable searches and seizures.
First, the First Amendment says you may not unreasonably perform a search and seizure, correct? I'm not a history major here, but I think that's right.
They probably just were like, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And edit if necessary.
You can fix it in post, correct? Sure, Senator.
Yeah, okay, sure.
You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment rights inside your household. It is your obligation and responsibility.
By the way, I think the freedom of speech does extend to the household.
I mean,
isn't the Bill of Rights? Maybe not the whole Constitution, but the Bill of Rights is theoretically given by God, correct?
Yeah, the Creator. We are endowed by our Creator.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So,
but isn't the First Amendment just against the government?
But the Creator is the one that gave us the right to free speech, right? God.
Okay.
Gave us the right to free speech.
Yeah.
So is Mayor Adams' position that God doesn't exist in my house?
Yeah.
Okay.
He supersedes God.
Okay. And in my house, the First Amendment is search and seizure. Okay. All right.
If you say so.
Okay.
Senator.
You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment rights inside your household. It is your obligation and responsibility not only to protect the child that may be using an illegal drug or carrying an illegal gun, but you also have to protect the members of the household, their younger brothers and younger sisters, and the other elder members of the household. So by periodically sending a message to
I would
your
list
home
them all, but I simply don't
no
have the time.
Sisters, brothers,
and the rest, et al.
Et al.
No rooms off limits. You don't believe in locked doors. Your house is open to inspection by your house and the members of your house.
The house can inspect the house itself.
Right. Yeah.
Your house.
You got to check yourself.
Before there are many cases of people wrecking themselves due to not checking themselves.
Outdoors, your house is open to inspection by your house and the members of your house. The message is you expect your children to do what's right, but you always have to inspect what you expect.
Oh my God. He had that prepped. He had that prepped.
I don't really know what I'm going to say, but I do know.
Inspect before you expect.
Yep.
Or was it expect before you inspect? Whatever. Roll the camera.
Expect your children to do what's right, but you always have to inspect what you expect.
Right.
And that's the key to providing some preventive safety. So if you come to a room like this, you can start out, I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion so you'll be used to going through the room to look.
Is that what that?
I don't think that's what he...
Periodic to start out in a periodic, like
every now and then?
Table of elements? Is that what that word means? Mike, you're a pretty smart guy with your words. Is that the appropriate word of use of the word periodic?
Is he telling parents to do it periodically?
I think that might be what he was trying to say.
No, because now he's saying do it in a like I think he's describing the route,
a segmented fashion.
Like if he periodically would be to do it on occasion.
Yeah.
Let's see what he was saying.
Okay.
Let's let him finish his sentence.
I'm
then
sorry.
maybe it makes sense. Maybe it makes sense.
I'm being overly critical.
You are.
You can start out, I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion so you'll be used to going through the room to look at the various items in the room.
No. Certainly not. That's not what that's
still a little confused.
Yeah. So how do you start in a periodic fashion and then what? End in a daily? Okay.
Let's see where he's going.
All right.
You can look at a jewelry box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding.
Right.
For instance, a gun could be
shit.
hidden.
Oh, there was a firearm in there.
Right in the jeweler's box.
Oh, no. Oh, little Billy, why would you have a revolver in the jewelry box? Here, I bought you this jewelry box to keep your earrings. What? There's a shotgun in here, a sawed-off shotgun.
This thing's like the size of a Derringer, too. Is this to prevent your teenager from robbing an 1800s card game?
That's right. That's right, it is.
Yeah.
That is. It's It's a gun that a woman in the 1950s would hold in a pocketbook.
Your kid's been causing problems on a riverboat?
That's right. You never know. Your kid could be on a simple riverboat.
It's very Inglourious Bastards.
It is. It is.
Box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box.
Okay, say it again.
If you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun could be hidden. A small caliber weapon could be hidden inside a jewelry box. Look at the various colognes and perfumes and photos and pictures. You should always
leave it in. Leave it in. Did you say pinchers? Yes, they could also have pinchers. Leave it in.
But
we don't have to do this in one take. Pinchers.
I said it.
I said it, and I meant it.
But why am I looking at the perfumes and cologne?
Wait, he's going to get there. Wait till you see it.
I don't think he does.
Oh, wait till you see it. And you're a father. You should know this stuff, Travis. This is how I handle my home.
My daughter does have both perfume and cologne.
Just in case. You never know with these kids today.
A small caliber weapon could be hidden inside a jewelry box. Look at the various colognes and perfumes and photos and pictures. You should always, when your child brings in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look.
Why did you choose the knapsack to carry your things? Well, they're just so popular. I think they're a requirement. I don't think it's fair to require something and then make the audacious claim that its popularity has reached a peak.
Maybe it's just like a political thing, but like he really reminds me of Trump. Like you're using these words that you don't have to use.
That's
like,
right.
These I don't know the specific word I'm looking for, but these, descriptive words.
Yeah, it's like he wants to add grandeur to everything. For instance, a popular knapsack. I'm sure you're familiar.
He was a cop. This is very, very common in like police and military training.
That you just use big words.
They will try to kind of, add a little flourish to things with extra words.
But they don't always know what the words mean.
No.
Okay.
I got to talk to my wife later, see if Riley has a popular knapsack or not.
Yeah. I've heard what these kids are doing with their popular knapsacks.
What a weirdo.
Nobody even said, by the way, knapsack?
Knapsack.
It's the least popular way to refer to a backpack.
Honey, she forgot her knapsack.
The popular one.
Perfumes and photos and pictures. You should always, when your child brings in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe.
I mean, it is simple. It is simple.
By the way, no one with a knapsack that has wheels on it is smoking crack.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're so far down. People always think, well, sometimes kids do smoke crack, I mean, how about just a thing where it's like, hey, parents, talk to your kids. A lot of times there are signs that maybe they're on the road to a crack addiction. Before they've gotten to the point where they're shoving their popular knapsack full of crack pipes. So it's just at least worth trying.
To see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe, a used crack pipe.
Right.
Could he have found it on the street? That's quite possible. But this is
it's worth the conversation.
Piece where you should start speaking with him to find out what he's doing with it. And the whole use of drugs. This invokes conversations. Look at picture frames.
Wait.
It invokes conversation.
Right. Not to be confused with evoke.
Yeah, same.
It's technically the same word.
And the whole use of drugs. This invokes conversations. Look at picture frames and behind them, cameras. Try to determine.
Those, by the way, are not cameras. I hate to correct you.
Well, what are they?
Those are candles.
Oh. I know we've played this video before, but it's funny every time, and there's a new context for it, so we will continue to do it.
This is how they found all of his Turkish money.
And by the way, if you find a crack pipe in your child's backpack and it invokes you to first begin the conversation about drug use, you are way behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, you've lost.
And by the way, that is a pun. 8 ball.
Oh.
Probably using 8 balls if there are crack pipes in the backpack.
And the whole use of drugs. This invokes conversations. Look at picture frames and behind them, cameras. Try to determine what's taking place. Behind a picture frame, you can find bullets. What does that mean to find bullets? Does it mean your child
those are loose bullets. Those are just individual stray bullets. I just need one. It's not a box. It's like
I have nowhere to put these bullets.
My question is not where did you get this stuff? My question is more, why you just need single bullets? Just one? You just need the one? Who's the one for? And where'd you learn how to be such a good shot?
What does that mean to find bullets? Does it mean your child is carrying a gun? No.
Oh.
Where there's smoke, there's possible fire. Where there's a bullet, there's possibly a gun. You should.
Wait, so yes, you mean when you said no, you meant
what are they doing with the item?
These are not conversation starters. If there are stray bullets in your child's room, I mean, you send them away. Yeah. This isn't. You're way past conversation at this point. I want to make a PSA for all the parents finding bullets in their children's room and not knowing what to do with that information. Oh. All right, I'm sorry.
Inside the room and feel around and see what's the possibility. Something simple as a baby doll.
Oh.
Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs.
Secrete. Is that what the word secrete means? He's hiding. He's secreting.
What is he trying to say?
He's trying to say they're fucking the doll, I think. I think, right? I mean, Troy, if I said Travis is secreting in his baby doll, what do you think he's doing?
It sounds like he's leaking in his baby doll.
And what's he leaking from? His dick, right? That's the only thing I could think of.
I can't think of anything else.
So when
he's
Troy
a senator. I mean,
when Troy was secreting Daffy Duck.
Yeah, he's fucking the doll.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
There's only... And by the way, if you find out your child is fucking the doll...
You got problems.
You got problems, but not as... I think not as bad as the... If they're secreting bullets in the doll, I think it's worse, right?
I gotta know what word he thought he was saying.
Well, he's shoving a plastic bag in the doll, so...
We feel around and see what's the possibility. Something simple as a baby doll.
Yeah.
Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs.
Or hide. You can do either or. Is he saying the two terms are interchangeable, or you can secrete drugs and also hide drugs?
I'm so confused.
And also, how old is your kid? Like... The crossroad, the people, like that Venn diagram, where they have both a baby doll and illicit substances.
And a popular knapsack.
It's like, by the time you get the knapsack, you've probably grown out of baby dolls, let alone the crack pipes. Like, there's not that crossover. If you're wondering, like, why is my 17-year-old have a baby doll is a bigger question. Like, the only reason to have one is to either hide drugs in it, or secrete in it. Which he said you could do both.
Run your hands over the pillows and see if you feel anything that's unusual. Like a pillow like this with a button is a perfect invitation to hide something. I've felt something bumping. I will reach in, see what it is. This is what you get inside a pillow.
That's a revolver.
Maybe something that you'll think that can't be hidden there.
That's like a Clint Eastwood revolver. That's Charles Bronson's room, because that's a Death Wish revolver. I don't know. I just saw the button on the pillow.
This kid has so many guns.
Starting a militia, a well-organized militia, which is, by the way, in the Constitution, also in our house.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
Something that you'll think that can't be hidden there, but it can. And what happens not only when the person...
Who would think I can't hide this gun in there?
No, that's not possible.
Matter of fact, yes, you can.
But also a child that comes into the room and plays on the bed, they find this gun. Let me tell you what a child would do.
Okay.
A child would take this gun, and because the trigger pull is so hard, they normally take the gun and they point it in their direction to pull down. So many gun accidents take place merely because a child discovers a gun in the room and believes it's a toy, and they play with the gun. Just look and see what's inside your bookcases. It can be more than just books. Perfect place to hide cocaine.
Wow. I didn't realize that, because next time I talk to Nicole, I'll ask her about that. Because I didn't realize there was like I'm like, because I have had bookshelves where I've like got the books up, but I don't read that much. Right. So there's room here. I don't know what else would be good for this bookshelf, but I guess it's the perfect place to hide cocaine.
That's lot of cocaine.
That's a lot of cocaine.
It's wealthy kids.
I mean, that's like a Biggins weekend amount of cocaine.
Well, it's a quart-sized bag. Usually the bags, that stuff comes in much smaller, right? Yeah. Very small bags. No, that's like with intent to distribute. Yeah. He said no human could consume, even in a lifetime, this much.
No.
And also, what happened to that kid? Oh, I had this pillow with a button on it, and I put my revolver there, and a kid found it and shot themselves because, kids will be kids. That's what they do.
That's like Balky and True Romance amount of cocaine.
Yeah. I mean, you could pour it into the bowl, and you'd be Scarface.
Yeah.
Your bookcases. It can be more than just books. Perfect place to hide.
It's heavy.
Cocaine or other illegal substance inside the room. My message to you.
Right.
You have an obligation to protect your home. The First Amendment does not apply to the right of parents to go through their homes to remove contraband or any other unsafe item. There are no First Amendment rights in your home. You have a duty and obligation to protect the members of your household.
Do you think that there were, kids going, I have rights, and parents going, fuck, he's right. Okay, he got me on this one. I can't go in that bedroom. Can't get in there.
I forgot. He said no.
Why do we bring on total idiots to govern this city? I don't understand.
How does it happen?
I mean, it's real easy to become the mayor of New York. All you have to do is just run as a Democrat.
I guess that's it.
That's really the only barrier of entry.
And you'll just win. You could be a complete lunatic.
If you have the most money and you're a Democrat, you're going to win.
I'm going to try to get Sirius to give me a considerable raise this year, and then I'm going to run for mayor.
You're not crazy enough.
Or stupid enough, apparently. You think you have to be crazy?
You have to be just a lunatic.
Right. I
mean, you just look at de Blasio and you're like, how did this happen?
Right.
How did
2
this
terms.
guy make it?
And he got reelected.
Easily.
Reelected.
I mean, you're just like...
even Bloomberg was like, we're going to shut down the streets and put up flower plants. And people were like, well, he's so less crazy than everybody else. Let's give him just a 3rd term, even though that's not even a thing.
He said, I'm going to make your drinks much smaller.
Yeah. They're like, okay, 3 terms? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I guess.
I mean, it wasn't even controversial. It was like mayors get 2 terms, and de Blasio, Bloomberg was like, how about 3? And everybody was like, yeah, that's fine. Will the drinks get smaller? He's like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Fuck. All right, well, whatever, still.
Will I have less places to drive my car?
Yes, much less. Okay. All right.
Well, I guess I got to vote for you. Cause
I'll do it.
You seem to be the only one available.
Yeah, I guess. There's another guy. Hello? I'm also running.
Human fly here.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Well, the other guy was from the. He loved cats, and people were shitting on him for that.
Curtis Lee. Well, Curtis Lee was kind of a maniac himself.
Well, those were our options.
Yeah.
He brought his cat to get.
That's right. That's right. He threw a fit because he couldn't walk in to vote for himself with his cat. It was either this guy who we just watched find 6 pounds of cocaine in a bookshelf and said this is happening to children in their popular knapsacks, or the guy who threw a fit because he couldn't vote with his cat. That's who the choices were to run for the greatest city in the world.
And it wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. We can't get the cat guy in there. After all, he wears a beret. That's crazy.
And plus, nobody votes anyway.
That's true. Well, you got to be a nerd to vote. Oh, it's insane. Charlie in Indianapolis. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, Sam, thank you for taking my call. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on speaker, but I can hear you.
Okay, I apologize. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
So listen, I discovered you and your Opie and Anthony about 3 years ago, wow. And I've been absolutely obsessed with you guys. I listen maybe 2 to 3 hours a day before going to bed. You guys are on when I work out. You guys are on. One of the most brilliant characters on the Opie and Anthony old show. Do you know what that character was, or who it was?
I bet I know.
I can think of it.
Travis, who do you think?
Well,
E-Rock?
Charlie, was it a Sam character?
It was the most brilliant character ever. It was a Sam character.
Was it AJ Poopy Shit?
No.
The absolute best character ever in the history of radio characters.
I was actually going to say Eric Nagel.
Okay. He's a good character, too. Yeah, I don't know. Look, yeah, that was. I appreciate the compliment, but what are we just talking about? Old shit? Remember when is the lowest form of conversation?
No, we're not going to talk about old stuff. Okay, first of all, the last 20 minutes that you guys have been doing, it's been absolutely ridiculous. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you had a conversation with Anthony Cumia?
A conversation? I mean, it might have been years at this point.
So why haven't you spoken with him? I mean, weren't you guys like comrades or buddies on the show?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I speak with the people who are around me on a day-to-day. Why hasn't he spoken with me?
No, I'm not trying to be aggressive, but don't you guys like text and say, "Hey, buddy, what's going on? Nice to just checking in with you. How's your wife doing? How are your three kids doing?" Don't you guys have those conversations?
Yeah, because we're chicks. Yeah, because we're girls.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So if you got fired or if your contract isn't renewed, when is your contract up for the next negotiation?
What are you, my lawyer?
Is this an interview?
Come on, hey, stop trying to be funny. No, relax. Stop trying to be the funny boy.
We're trying to get to the bottom. Stop trying to turn this into something entertaining. End of the year. We're up at the end of the year.
Okay, so don't be so aggressive with me, man. I called in. I said I'm a fan. I like what you do. But you're trying to twist this. You're like, you're saying to yourself, hey, by the way, your producer, when I called in, what's his name?
His name is Troy.
He's super aggressive, man. It's like it's like when you get off a train at Auschwitz and he's like, Jew or no Jew? He's very aggressive, super aggressive. So let's say your contract is renewed.
Comparison. Yeah, okay, all right, sure. I don't know why that would happen, but okay.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't it happen? Do you honestly think that they're actually going to renew it?
Yeah, we're the shit, dude.
You hear this show?
So if you're the crap, as you say, do you realize that you have minimal Facebook followers?
As compared to what? What are you talking about? Facebook followers? You think I'm going into a negotiating room, going like, monitor the Facebook followers? Facebook followers, Charlie? Are you? I feel like you might have been hanging out in that room that the mayor was scanning through. Have you been looking at bookshelves this morning?
So let me ask you a question. Does your wife ever say to you, Sam, I love you. We have 3 kids. I'm a little concerned that if Sirius or XM doesn't renew your contract, where do we go from here? Where do you go from there if they don't renew your contract? Who's going to hire you?
I literally have 3 jobs.
What are your 3? Very respectfully, that's so cool. What are your 3 jobs?
Well, actually, if you want to find out, there's a space called Wikipedia.
I don't want to find out.
Wikipedia.org. No, you can find out. They'll give you a little thing up top. You can donate if you want. You don't have to.
Check his Facebook.
Yeah, and also, if you follow me on Facebook.
You're ruining this conversation. You've got somebody that can put a sentence together. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. You're trying to twist it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to dominate this conversation.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect it to go this way. I gave you a compliment. I wanted to have a normal conversation with you.
You don't.
So what are you going to do if they don't renew your contract?
Just told you.
What are you talking about? I'm going to do something else. I'm going to continue to be gainfully employed in the other spots that I'm gainfully employed. Charlie, get a hold of yourself.
Okay, I have a hold of myself. What are your other?
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do if I don't get renewed? I'm going to continue to prosper, like every single day of my life. Name me a time I'm not prospering.
How are you going to get? I don't think they're going to renew your contract.
Here's one.
Can I be honest with you? Jim Norton is the anchor to what you guys do.
Right.
I can tell you right now that Nikki does not like you. I know for a fact that she does not like you.
All right. Well, it's going to be tough. Okay. So you're saying Jim's wife doesn't like me?
Right.
Okay.
And first of all, I identify Jim's wife as a woman, but I guarantee that you and your wife don't identify her as a woman, correct?
Yeah, you got. I mean, that's man. You're running on all cylinders here.
No. I think you look at her as a freak of nature, correct?
So where are we getting this information from, Charlie?
When's the last time that you and your wife had dinner with Nikki and Jim?
I was earlier this year.
Earlier this year. I work with people, and we had lunch like earlier this year. When was early this year? Admit that you're disgusted by her. Admit it.
Where are you even getting this impression?
I can just tell because of your past radio history of who you are. Your wife is uncomfortable with Nikki. Just admit that. It's not a big deal. No one's going to judge you, but she thinks of Nikki as a freak of nature. I don't think of Nikki as a freak of nature. She's a beautiful human being, but I guarantee your wife has never said, you know what? Nikki is a beautiful human being, and you've never said that. Just be honest.
Charlie, do you think, and this is like something that you might really have to come to terms with, do you think that you've created a reality and a series of conversations between people completely in your head that have no basis on anything that's actually happened, and you've been living that truth, and that now that you're actually confronting it, reality may come crashing down? It's like waking a sleepwalker. It could be dangerous.
When's the last time that you and your wife and Nikki and Jim had lunch or dinner together? Just give me the month.
I would have to go through my previous appointment book.
You know what? Here's why. Because you don't want to be around her. Him. You look at him as a him.
You just by the way, you just referred to her as a him.
No, she's not a him. I refer to Nikki as an absolute her.
No, you didn't.
You
didn't just now.
Nikki as a him.
You refer to Nikki as I've never done that.
No. I guarantee you look at Nikki as a freak of nature, and you and your wife do. It's not a big deal.
My producer's telling me to.
Charlie, I'm making a call.
Charlie, you suck, dude.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
All right.
I mean, what a fucking idiot. Just has nothing.
No, he is.
He had a list of talking points, and he was like, I'm going to get through these.
There wasn't a lot of evidence to...
I mean, you always have had a reputation as like a hard right, conservative. Keep him out, Sammy.
No, that's true. I remember the absurdly tense podcast that we, when I was on Sword Fight, over the summer. It got very, very tense.
I remember when Troy caught you wearing those Proud Boy socks?
I forgot about it.
And what are these other jobs you just keep a secret from everyone?
They're televised. Let's go to Scott in Worcester. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what was that, amateur hour? That guy's a fucking bitch. 3 years? Yeah. That's rookie ball. I've been listening for 20 years. That guy had fucking problems. Anyway, this fucking mayor sounds like Alvin Holmes.
Who's Alvin Holmes?
What's wrong with the knapsack you got?
Oh, of course. Thank you, Scott.
The knapsack. Crack pipe?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
I love it. Thank you,
think
Scott.
Brian answered my question. That's it.
Jim and Sam. What's your name right now?
Brian in California. What's up, Brian?
Hey, so I think I know what he was trying to say when he was talking about secreting in the dolls.
Okay.
I guess before we get there, are you going to say that you've never secreted in your wrestling doll, Sam?
That wasn't the question. That was not. It was about whether he was using the term correctly.
Sam, answer the question.
No, that wasn't the question.
You're dodging the important question.
Yes, we need to get back to your Eric Adams point.
I think he was conflating the word discreetly with secreting, and somehow he just came up with that. But
yeah, it's probably
also Charlie in Indiana's a fucking psycho.
On both, I think you're right on both counts. The other thing, I don't know anything about that, but the last two counts, I think you're 100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to the gym with my popular knapsack, so I got to run.
Thank you, Brian.
See you guys.
That's definitely what he meant.
Yeah. I think secrete comes from discreet.
Two totally different words.
Yeah. Mike in Indiana.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
So, did you guys hear about Dave Portnoy winning that auction? Yeah,
I did. I'm glad you asked about that.
So I've lived in the Chicago area basically my whole life, and 670 The Score was like that's where everybody got their Chicago sports radio talk from. Like there's ESPN Chicago, and they're pretty big. And I'll tell you right now, Dan Bernstein fucking hates ESPN Radio.
Really?
He fucking hates them. And the other thing I wanted to mention was Eddie from Barstool. So here's just a little recap of Dan Bernstein. I stopped listening to that cocksucker a long time ago. Mm-hmm. So the callers that call into that show, a lot of it is just, they're fat Polacks from Chicago that are Bears fans. They're fat Bears fans. And Eddie Barstool is the type of guy that Dan Bernstein cannot fucking stand. Every guy that has called into the program is one of those guys that is like Eddie, And it's one of those things where you can just tell that he's like, fuck, this guy has his own fucking thing going on. Now he's on my show, the exact type of guy that I used to fucking rip on every time they would call in. I mean, he would call people stupid every time they'd call in. You know, he'd be like, that's the worst sports take I've ever heard in my life. I mean, it was every single caller. Right. So it's been like, I was listening to your guys' show last week, and you guys brought up 670. I mean, I was howling.
Well, I love it. Thank you, Mike. I mean, it goes back to we were talking about it last week a little bit, that there was this Chicago radio personality on the station that Mike was talking about, 670 The Score, named Dan Bernstein, who clearly has a vendetta against Barstool because he got mad at a Barstool personality for calling him by his name, Bernstein, which is also the name of the show that he's on. And it became this like huge story because Barstool, because they're smart, decided like, we are so justified in our actions that we're going to take this to the highest level possible. We're going to put as much publicity behind this as possible. And so they've been kind of ruining this Bernstein guy's life a little bit, but only by putting a spotlight on Bernstein himself.
Stop calling him by his last name.
I'm sorry, Bernie. Is that what he said? Bernsey. He said you could call me Bernsey, but you can't. But don't you call me? And so the updates on that have been that, first of all, apparently Dan Bernstein's co-host has moved. He's no longer Dan Bernstein's co-host, and he's moved to afternoons. And while they haven't said anything officially, the speculation is that it does have to do with the Barstool onslaught that is still actively hitting their show. And I would imagine the implication is that his former co-host holds Dan Bernstein responsible for the onslaught. And then like a day or two ago, that's the old co-host, and now that's not Dan Bernstein with him. I guess that's the afternoon guy. It says Lawrence Holmes' move at The Score, reportedly driven by Dan Bernstein's Barstool drama. Station employees don't see the series of events as a coincidence. Oh. Yeah, now he's on Spiegel at Holmes. Spiegel. So yeah, and then, I mean, the greatest reveal, though, was like 2 days ago. Portnoy was on Twitter, and he had the receipts to prove that he was not just saying it, that this was actually a fact. That I guess, they do those radio charity auctions. We've done them here before, where you can win, the opportunity to sit in studio or to do a meet and greet or whatever. So I guess 670 The Score decided to do a charity auction for be the producer of the Dan Bernstein and Holmes show for a day, which we were thinking about doing that, except we would do it for as long as you want.
Yeah, because we need one.
Yeah, be the producer of our show forever if you'd like. So Dave Portnoy revealed that in this blind auction, he was actually the winner, that he had made a considerable charitable donation to secure his position as producer for a day for the Dan Bernstein show, which I don't know when it's actually going to take place. I feel like it should not be a remote work situation. I feel like the producer should really always be in studio, and you can't not deliver on a prize for a charity auction. So I don't know if there's any guarantee. $5,000 was what was paid. He put $5,000.
He was probably willing to spend a lot more.
I mean, yeah, easily. And it probably wasn't even a business expense. It was a personal expense. It was very much worth it.
Yeah. This went out of his bank account.
100%. Why do you think I made the deals that I did? So I can do things like this. So I don't know if Dan Bernstein has made any comments on this as to whether or not he will allow his new producer. It says, now that Holmes ditched at Dan Bernstein, what show do I get to produce? Portnoy posted on X. I won that auction to be Bernstein's boss for a day. I want to produce his show. He paid $5,000,
which he absolutely wants to do.
He needs to do it. He's not doing. Good news. We're going to give you
person
afternoon. No. I have experience. I paid the money. I won the auction.
Yeah, he's done radio.
I've done plenty of radio. I've ran a channel. He ran a whole channel here on Sirius for a while. I have the qualifications. I won this auction fair and square. I would like to be producer for the day. I will pick the segments. I will pick, for instance, when that wacky caller was just on the phone, my producer told me, Sam, time to hang up. Okay, well, I got to hang up then. The producer said so. He's got an ear.
I'm in charge.
That's the whole point. I'm sitting here yapping. I need my ears on the ground. That's Travis. He's the ears. Portnoy gets to be Bernstein's ears for a day. That's fair. It's just genius. It's just...
Oh, it's so funny.
I mean, it's trolling to the next level.
For charity.
For charity. We all win because of it. And also, like, if Bernstein doesn't have a co-host, like, if I don't have a co-host, the producer steps up and, talks a little more on the mic.
Yeah.
Bernstein doesn't have a co-host anymore.
No.
He left. Does that mean his producer for a day is going to get to...
calling him Bernstein.
I get confused because that's his name.
This is going to cost you $5,000. He's going to get mad at you.
I'm going to have to pay the $5,000.
You're going to have to big time him.
And then pay the $5,000.
Pay the $5,000. You've produced before.
I mean, at the highest levels. But I don't want to come have $5,000 out of pocket. I'll never financially recover from that.
Yeah, you lost their Bengals bet.
Oh, yeah, we got some work to do this weekend.
You got to make that back.
Yeah.
You got Cowboys-Giants tonight.
I mean, that should be an easy one for the Cowboys.
Should.
Right?
One might think.
Should.
I could give you a litany of reasons why it won't be.
I don't even know what to do anymore. This season has been so wacky.
It's been a wild one.
It really has been. Like, I've been making this, like, really safe bets. Like, specifically safe bets.
Well, there's no such thing.
To make up for the fact that I am no expert on this thing.
In a week-to-week league, there are no safe bets.
Oh. Fucking me every which way. It's terrible. Nick in Toronto. What's up, Nick?
Hey, boys.
Hey, man.
I just wanted to say Portnoy's done this before with the NFL with Roger Goodell. He did a charity auction to be able to watch the game with Roger Goodell in his man cave.
That's right.
This is when he was getting kicked out of the Super Bowl for wearing the fake mustache and everything. And then he won this auction. It was way more than $5,000, and Roger Goodell did not take him up on it.
That's
$250,000.
I mean,
yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Thank you, Nick. I'm glad you brought that up because it's the funniest shit ever. But realistically, if Goodell had just gone, okay, he won, like, it's for charity, and just, like, been cool, Portnoy hangs out in his man cave, he probably would have done a world of good for his image.
It would be such good publicity for someone that everybody hates.
Yes! For him, for the league, for everything. Everybody would win because of it. And if you block it, Portnoy is going to make he's going to just make a shitstorm for you. He's never going to stop. He doesn't have to. He sold Barstool and then bought it back for $1. It's all gravy at this point.
Yeah.
It's just fun now. He doesn't have to answer to CEOs anymore. He just gets to have fun.
And he eats pizza.
He loves pizza. One bite. That's the rule.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Everybody knows that.
God, come on.
I once sent him an email because I didn't appreciate the review that he gave to a local pizza place by me. Yes, I did. I was like, that's way more than a 7. I emailed him, and he emailed back going, no, it wasn't. Totally regular. 7, good, but not great.
I mean, 7 is a good score.
And I appreciated that those have enough integrity that off the record I could email him saying not right, and he emailed me back going, yes, that was.
Yeah. I meant that.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what?
I love those damn reviews.
I respect the integrity. I do. So yeah, I mean, look, Bernstein is he's between a rock and a hard place here because it's not going to be like if Portnoy had hung out with Goodell in the man cave, it actually would have ended up being a net positive, I think, for both of them.
Yeah.
He's going to go on if Bernstein goes like, you know what, let me get in front of Bernsey goes like, you know what, let me get in front of this and allow Portnoy in. Portnoy will spend the entire shift, the entire show, humiliating.
This is for pure fuckery.
It'll be so much fuckery, and he'll do it within the rules. No FCC, no nothing. He'll make sure they stay on the air for the entire show, but it will be fuckery. But then if Bernsey, as he likes to be known, says no and blocks it somehow, or makes him, produce another show, then Portnoy's just going to use that energy to still fuck with him. So he's stuck here.
He's in a lose-lose. Burnsy.
Burnsy is.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to see how it turns out. I love it. But $5,000 for a chance to double down on his feud with Bernstein and put the station in quite the spot. Hilariously, Barstool used the same platform to run its own charity auctions, so he's very familiar with that. But how do you miss it? You know, this is when you know when you're in battle that you're not dealing with an opponent that's on the same level as you. Like that you miss little openings like this? Of course. No, he would never. He'd never mess with it. He's messed with it before. Of course he would.
No, the high bidder is just Dave P.
It wouldn't be the same Dave P., would it? No, certainly not. No. Absolutely not. Well, Troy, you've had to excuse yourself a couple times this morning, but you've had a long run. You're here against doctor's orders. Is that true?
Yes, I am here. The doctor said I should not be working today, and I am here.
It's not contagious, whatever it is.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
No.
Because you've been running a lot.
I've been using the bathroom a lot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, this morning I'm getting my colonoscopy.
That's happening today?
Oh, in 2 hours.
Okay.
And I'm shitting my brains out.
You are?
Oh, it's flying out of me. I can't believe it.
What's been the method? What do they give you to prepare you?
Oh, I had to take Docalax and some other powder.
More like Dopalax, am I right?
That's exactly right.
Because you're a dope.
No, I meant because it is dope, but that's a more negative spin on it.
Yeah,
surprise. By the way, surprise, right?
Yeah.
What is Dulcolax?
Just makes you shit.
But it's in tablet form or is it liquid?
I think that's the powder I've been taking. Oh no, yeah. I've been taking that.
You mix it with water?
Just take them like pills.
Who needs 200 of these?
Is it?
No, they find him in Troy's room like Eric Adams finds bullets. Just 2 hidden behind a picture.
How many did you have to take?
3.
So who's ever ordering 200?
I mean, there's people that are blocked up that are trying to clear out.
That's for the irregularly constipated.
I guess. That seems like so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took 3 of those, and I forget what
they were effective.
Very effective.
So you'd leave a good review?
I would.
Works as promised.
You didn't have to take any of that weird diuretic milk. No. Don't they give you a liquid that you have to drink the whole thing or something?
Yeah, thankfully I didn't have to do that.
What are you laughing at?
Just reviews.
For such a tiny pill, it did a big job with ease. Oh God. Oh.
Works great.
I mean, sometimes when you're blacked up, man, it's good to let.
I know, but all these reviewers are shitting. That's gross.
I mean, everybody shits. Exactly everybody in this room shits.
Well, you don't have evidence.
Yeah.
I very much like the product. However, it took 10 days to receive. Okay, I thought it took 10 days to kick in, which would have been you got a lot going on there. Oh, and a girl wrote that, Rosa. Oh, you're gross, Rosa. You're disgusting.
Everything was good. Best I ever used.
Wouldn't it be funny to reply to every single review going, oh, yuck, you're so gross. That's disgusting. Yuck, ew.
You poop.
Oh, gross, it probably stinks.
Very gentle but effective. Helps when you have hard poop to get out. Softens that crap up.
Literally speaking.
Verified purchase.
Okay.
Well, it's nice to see it works. I'm telling you.
And this is an over-the-counter product, Troy?
Yeah. I just went to CVS.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that means the cashier knew.
As a chronic sufferer, I am routinely at the mercy of this poison. This devil pill ruins 1 to 2 days and may cause existential crisis.
Godspeed.
Troy, they're talking about you.
Yeah, he is having an existential crisis right now. It's all coming out of his body.
Taking 2 at the same time was a mistake.
Oh, Troy down 3.
Yeah.
But he's got to get it all out, though. This is for, I think most of these
medical
reviews,
purposes.
Yeah, these are people
this
who
is just to ease it up.
Just to just get some regularity going on again.
Yeah, sometimes you've got a bad diet, you don't have enough fiber in your diet.
Right.
There's a lot of reasons you could be stopped up. Right.
Troy's trying to clear that system out.
And it's clearing out, bro.
So it was 3 of these, and what else?
Docalax and, I can't remember the other laxative. It's another laxative.
But another pill?
Powder. I had to put it in Gatorade. And the Gatorade, it couldn't be red Gatorade or
that's the best kind.
Orange Gatorade.
Blue's the best.
Blue. I had to do blue and clear.
Can you do Prime? You should have asked, can I do a prime? That way they'd know you were cool, you know?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, wow, he's actually far more hip.
They'd be like, excuse me, hip teenagers can't get this job done yet.
Yeah, can I do a prime? Well, most of those electrolytes are potassium-based, so it probably wouldn't do much, but sure, if you want. So you've been down in laxative Gatorade?
Well, I started last night. Well, I had a fast all day yesterday.
Nice.
Which I did good till about noon, then I started, losing it.
Which really is not very far into the day.
No, I mean,
just doing good about until noon. That's like I skip breakfast.
Oh, no, that's what I do every day. Then I start. Noon is where I have a lunch. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh. So, but luckily, my fiance made me some bone broth, so I had that.
Oh,
and then
satiate.
Usually, you serve her bone broth. Am I right, dog?
That's right.
My man.
So yeah. So then I was drinking some bone broth, so that helped. But it took the edge off.
Just like to satiate.
Yeah, just
but
something.
Not like
you must still be starving,
bro. And then so last night we got an invite to go out to this my favorite fried chicken place in all of New York City.
KFC?
No.
Popeyes?
No.
Chick-fil-A?
No.
All right, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, some fresh.
Pecking House has a spot in Brooklyn, and they just opened one in Chinatown here in Manhattan.
Hard to get into?
It was friends and family, so everything's free.
Oh, you love complimentary.
So, of course, I went with my fiance, and she's eating it in front of me.
Yeah, there it is.
And she's like, honestly, it's better than I've ever had it.
That was the best ever?
Yeah. And I was literally you gotta fucking be kidding me. Of all the fucking days for this to happen.
You'll never be able to go back there and have all you can eat.
You know what, though?
Compliment.
Shout out Eric Huang, the owner of Pecking House, gave me a nice to-go, couple things to go.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, so as soon as I get home today, I'm going to fuck that up.
You're going to make up for lost time?
Yeah, I might even stop and get a double cheeseburger on the way home.
You should. And you shouldn't share not one bite with your fiance.
Hell no.
No. No, you made your choice.
I'm dying. I'm so hungry.
Szechuan chili fried chicken?
Yeah, so
is it like big pieces or small pieces?
Well, he does both. It's like Szechuan is like a Chinese style, but spicy.
Sure.
So he does like a Szechuan mixed with like a Nashville hot. And it literally is the best fried chicken in New York City. And yeah, it was like whatever on the menu, whatever you want. And I was like, I had to sit there and while my fiance is just like, literally, she had sauce all over her face.
And did you have to tell everybody why you weren't eating? Because you don't want to be rude.
Well, I told Eric, the owner, I said, I'm having a medical procedure. I didn't want to say I'm having my asshole probed.
Right, okay, because you want to be classy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I didn't want to,
Did it smell good?
Bro.
Oh, and the smell of that place compared to the smell of what your apartment must have been like.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Toots.
Oh, and I didn't even think about that you live in a one-bedroom, right?
I wish I lived in a one-bedroom. I live in a studio.
Oh, no.
350 square foot.
Did your fiance know when you were going to the bathroom yesterday?
How could you avoid it? Unfortunately, I was recording my bowel movements for you guys.
Oh, what a guy!
You're right. I missed the first. The first one was the mother load, and I missed that one.
So you only got the aftershocks?
Well, because the first one you're like, oh, this is probably nothing. It's probably just starting.
But it was the big one.
It cleared out. I mean, it was like.
Were you impressed?
I was not only impressed. I was proud,
prideful,
very prideful.
Wow.
Like Sam, remember when your kid was born?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Well, I gave birth too.
That's how Troy felt. The sense of pride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, but then, how many aftershocks were there?
I mean, so I counted. So I started when I haven't been recording the last 3 here.
Just because it gets repetitive.
Let's see here. Yeah, I have a 10.
Oh my God.
It's best not to record in the bathroom here anyway.
No, it's just audio.
Bad precedent's been set.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed the process?
You know what? Funny you say that. I kind of have, yeah.
Because you don't come across miserable at all.
No, I actually feel light as a feather.
And you like it?
I do.
Yeah. But then also you're going to refill all of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm going to fill right back up.
You must be starving.
I'm starving.
Yeah, but you know what Troy did this morning? I saw him. He stole a beef stick from downstairs.
I did.
You ate it?
No, of course not.
He stole a beef stick from downstairs. Now, we are, and is that for later?
I mean, the second I come to, I'm eating it.
You should have just had fried chicken last night and lied to the people at the doctor's office.
You should have.
But see, I thought about that.
The doctors would be like, "This is the most disgusting one we've ever done."
I thought about that, but then I thought to myself, I'm going to get probed, and they're going to be like, "We need you to come back because you're not clean."
No, I did everything I was supposed to do.
This is as clean as it gets.
Yeah.
And then I was going to reschedule because I just found out about Pecking House opening the other day. But it's a $200 fee to reschedule.
You don't have 2 bills to drop for a free dinner. So much for a free dinner.
Fried chicken, I'm not going to do it.
Especially when you can get some to go. Now, before we hear some of this audio, we should also let the people know that I've been informed that Lazy Eyewitness News has decided that this needs to be covered.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good. This whole procedure needs to be covered by Lazy Eyewitness News?
Absolutely.
Okay, because where there's a story, you'll be.
I mean, when I was offered the chance to accompany Troy for his colonoscopy, I jumped at it.
I mean, I would expect nothing less.
Sam, you know the Newswatch never stops.
That's right.
It never does, not even for a colonoscopy, and Troy's rectum has really become the stuff of legend around here.
True.
And this is, I believe, the first time that we've ever had access to a medical professional who can clear up a number of items.
Oh, so you have access to the doctor?
Well,
all right. Troy, let the reporter
let me explain.
Be professional here.
Let me explain how this is going to happen.
Why, he's the one in charge of the news department.
I know, but I had to talk to the doctor. She thought I was crazy that I was going to bring my coworker to interview her. She looked at me like I had 10 heads. She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, my coworker's going to come and talk." And I'm like, "Don't. It's nothing bad to you. It's going to be really bad towards me."
He's going to interview you.
And she's like, "Why is he going to interview me?" I'm like, "It's for the radio."
You'll disguise the doctor's voice if need be, like a mafia
informant,
right?
We can modulate that. No cameras are going to be involved.
We've never found anything as disgusting as what we found. Yeah.
Troy, does that kind of remind you of like how atypical this job is, where you're a grown man and this woman, I assume?
Yes.
Has never been asked, like, "Hey, I'm going to bring my coworker to interview you after I get my colonoscopy."
She's like, "What?" Like,
and this is just a regular work thing I do.
Like, it's fairly normal for us. And she looked at you like, "What the fuck?"
And she's like, "Well, what's he going to ask?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "It's probably going to be something very, self-deprecating towards me. I'm sure he's going to talk about something about my anus."
And there's a slight chance that he brings up Jeffrey Epstein. If that does happen, just blow past it. He does it all the time.
No stone will be left unturned.
Epstein.
Well, please be respectful to the doctor and the fact that she's giving you her time, but
yeah, she seems like a sweetheart.
Also, get the information because, like, there are things that I want to know. For instance, now, Troy, are you being put under for this?
Oh, yeah, I'll be under propofol.
Oh.
I'm going full Michael Jackson.
So you'll get access to Troy full David at the dentist.
Yeah, so we'll be able to get beyond the ins and outs of Troy's rectum. We'll be able to get answers to any number of questions that you might be wondering about. So, I mean, we have a space here to kind of put some on the table.
Yeah. Well, I think the meat stick has to come up immediately. Number one, I want to know the doctor's opinion, but really, I'm hopeful that because he'll be coming out of a medical-induced coma, that he will have forgotten about the meat stick. And I want to hear the pure joy when you remind Troy that there's a meat stick in his pocket, because I feel like if you just remember that, you'll go, "Oh my God, I forgot."
Yeah. I'm also gonna put Mike as my my chaperone.
Oh, good.
So that way he gets instant access the second I come to.
Oh, that's smart.
So I'm really propofol.
Your fiance will be thrilled.
No, honey, don't
Mike
worry.
is the chaperone.
Mike's the chaperone.
No, Mike's got this.
Yeah. No, Mike Montone.
Yeah, I think maybe if you get a minute with the doctor, you could definitely confirm whether, because he's prone to hemorrhoid outbreaks. And I think that he said it was from strenuous exercise.
And fried chicken.
And then everybody his age gets it.
You said strenuous exercise and that we'll all get there someday. If you could confirm with her, number one, that it truly was due to strenuous exercise and not either, food or digital manipulation. I think, and also, if the rest of us are at the high risk that Troy claims that we are, I think that all that confirmation would be really valuable To us.
He's been so adamant.
Well, I don't have to worry
that it's happening to me.
100%.
When I'm his age.
He said that everybody at this age gets it, and it's from strenuous exercise, and that's all that is.
Strenuous exercise going on over there.
Yeah, but you
said it was from squats.
Oh, you think Travis is doing a squat?
Oh, no, he's not doing it.
You didn't say it was just from that. You said it happens when you get older. You just wait.
Travis doesn't even do a squat when he sits down. He kind of collapses like a mush onto the chair. Yeah.
See what she thinks about Diddy's baby oil.
I mean, if it comes up, that is definitely a hot topic. I don't know where that would. Maybe if there's a medical spin you could put on that. Somehow Diddy's baby oil.
She's a learned doctor. Maybe she just knows.
There could be something that we don't understand. Like that is there a medical reason for someone like Troy? Here's how maybe you phrase it. In your opinion, would there be a medical reason for someone like Troy or P. Diddy, for instance, to have 1,000 bottles of lube in their house? Right? That way you can kind of relate it to the issue at hand and still get the information.
Well, but sometimes people get asked a lot of questions about work, and they like to talk about other things.
That's true if she wants to branch off.
Yeah.
I don't know if she has all afternoon to be interviewed by Mike Montone. You may have to simplify it to a solid 2 or 3 questions.
See where it goes.
Don't you think that Mike has pretty great people skills and instincts?
I also told Mike, because Mike has his Mike voice. I'm like, you're going to be in a hospital, so you got, there's patients around me.
Knows how to act.
Do you have your press hat?
No, we're not going on camera.
Okay.
And you don't want to, in a medical setting, people might feel uncomfortable if, there are going to be civilians there having their rectums probed.
They don't want to realize the press is there.
Yeah. Troy is he's sort of a libertine. For all we know, This is not the first insertion.
Okay, well, do you feel like you could figure out the answer to that?
Oh, yeah, in your opinion... was this the first time something's gone up there?
Right, and maybe that could be the question that is before the hemorrhoid question. You ask would you say that you would guess that this is the first time that he's been probed in this fashion, or probably not?
Now, will HIPAA laws prevent her from answering direct questions about Troy?
I think that you can have Troy in advance. Give full permission.
I will give full verbal permission to answer however she sees fit.
Yes, that he has decided to waive his HIPAA rights. And you might need to get that on tape. If you could get on tape Troy approaching his doctor and telling his doctor that he's waiving his HIPAA rights. I mean, just for the record.
Legality.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to get in any trouble here. And I don't want you to be in a position you're uncomfortable with.
No, yeah, of course. No,
I mean, what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't wait until she asks. Yeah. Just have Troy walk in and just say, for the record, I want you to know when you're talking to Mike, I fully waive any HIPAA rights. You could say that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. I think that way she knows this is, because I want her to know this is on the up and up. This is not some stupid radio thing.
Mike's not pulling a fast one.
No, this is not dumb fraternity humor. This is
real journalism.
This is real. Yeah, this is real journalism. We have a news department. It's called Lazy Eyewitness News.
So
I think it'll be really valuable to a lot of listeners. Really.
Do you have any desire to hear what I've had to go through so far?
I think I would love to hear it, to tell you the truth.
Okay, hang on a second.
This is last night, yesterday?
Okay. This is last night going into today, okay?
Yeah.
So we're starting at the second one.
Okay.
Not the mother load. Hang on, let me turn my volume up.
Oh.
Because there's
the exhale. The exhale's kind of gross.
I hear you.
Oh.
I mean, that's
disgusting.
Here's where we're at. Hold on, I think this one you can this one you can hear my fiance in the background here.
Oh my god.
Poor woman.
I know. God bless her.
I mean, she's
agreed to do this for life.
And she's an intelligent, accomplished professional.
She's a book coming out.
And this is what this is her day to day.
Oh, this is what she has to deal with.
Yeah.
Here's where we're at.
Yeah.
She's trying to start that tour early.
Can we start with the out-of-state run?
I mean, we live in a shoebox. It's like there's no avoiding it.
Did you leave the door open?
You have to. I can't.
You left the door
when
open.
you sit on the toilet, I can't shut the door.
You can't close the door?
No.
Why?
Come see my apartment.
I don't want to. Not after.
Not after this. It's disgusting.
I'll clean up the bowl.
No, Troy. No, thank you.
Probably smells so bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, it was. I mean,
Toots is probably running under the bed to hide.
I think Toots loves it.
I don't think
you do
because he drops bombs too.
You probably was he giving you that little cat fist bump?
Yeah, he's kind of like I see that.
I don't think cats are that sophisticated in the mind to be like, my man.
I don't know. I bet he might be. I mean, my 7-year-old, you know what he's been saying lately? And I don't know. He must have learned it from YouTube, but he gets a laugh out of me every time, which I think is very encouraging. I don't think my wife likes it. But I go, hey, bud, did you go to the bathroom? And he said, yup, just dropped a fat nuke.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now when he goes...
And you can't help but laugh at that.
Well, no, I mean to the point where like when he goes to the bathroom now, I go, you go and drop a fat nuke? And he goes, oh, yeah.
And your wife's like, don't
stop saying that.
Stop encouraging him.
I go, no, because I want him to say it in school. The kids will think he's funny.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, tell him bombs over Baghdad.
Drop a fat nuke. But you were dropping nukes all night.
Oh, and this morning I was white knuckling into the.
Why do you have to keep your door open?
Because when you sit on the toilet, you can't. It doesn't.
But can you walk in, shut the door before you sit?
Yeah, then we have a thing on it where it's like a coat or a towel hanger, so you can't even shut. Like, it won't shut that way. Okay.
I'll bet it is doable. But it's slightly inconvenient, and he's just decided, nope, can't be done.
No. When I sit on the toilet, I shit you not. When I sit on the toilet, I have to be like this. My toilet is this small. I have this much room.
Oh,
you could have had a palace in Staten Island.
I don't want to fucking live in Staten Island.
You can't close your bathroom door.
You know what? I'd rather that than live in Staten Island.
All right.
You got a nice piece of property out there.
Nice piece of property, land of the free.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have a place in the land of the free. Don't you worry.
Yeah, now you're living in the land of the free butthole.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm clean.
Yeah,
you feel clean.
And it's nice because like every dump just keeps getting clean, like clearer. Mm-hmm. So it's like I think that's what the point is. You have to poo clear.
Yeah,
and I'm getting there.
You are.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, so Mike's going with you.
Yep.
And this is not. This is just because you're at that age, you're supposed to get it done, type of thing.
Well, you're supposed to get it at 45.
Oh, so this was like 7 years too late.
No. Sam, you're actually incorrect.
Is my math off?
Yeah, your math is off.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
So I was supposed to get it done in Florida 2 years ago.
Right. And even then, it was late.
That place got hit by a hurricane. And so,
and by the way, this place in New York today is about to get hit by a hurricane.
So then they were like, okay, reschedule, and then I just couldn't find a time to reschedule, and I'm blowing it off because I'm like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah, this is not fun.
So then Clarice, my fiance, was like, look, we're just doing it, we're making you one. And I'm like, you make it, I'll go. And so I went.
She loves you.
She takes care of you.
She does.
I mean,
and at her own behest too, at her own, it spites her. You know, she's taking care of you, but this is what she's got to deal with.
Well, I think she doesn't want like a, cancerous.
She sees the big picture.
Yeah.
I'll deal with a night of this. Now, were you waking up in the middle of the night, or were you able to get a full night's rest?
Thankfully, well,
he wakes up in the middle of the night anyway.
Yeah, you do leave stains on your sheets, but maybe because it was close to clear.
He thinks it's insane to like go a full night's sleep without waking up.
I mean, it's been a year since I've done that.
And the other thing he said too was that Travis, when we age, I mean slightly, like not much younger than him, but like when you age, you'll start leaving skid marks on your sheets. That's a guarantee. Maybe ask like,
is that normal?
About Troy defecating the bed on.
I have a number of questions about his home life.
Okay,
that will be asked when Clarice gets there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Are you going to interview her too?
That's part of the plan.
I've given him permission.
Oh my gosh! As long as we stick to the topic.
Yeah, just Mike, stick to the topic. Right?
Yeah. And give her the opportunity to plug at the end, obviously.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, this is part of the tour.
She'll be so appreciative.
Yeah, give her the opportunity to plug. Yeah, and if there's any, like, after you ask all the invasive, personal, disgusting questions, be like, is there anything you'd like our audience to know, or any place they can reach out?
And what are you promoting today?
What are you promoting today? I think that would be very meaningful to her. Yeah.
So, we're in the home stretch.
All right, so Mike gets to interview the doctor.
Mm-hmm. The doctor, your fiance, who also dealt with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Mike, see if it really is true that you can't close that bathroom door.
Yeah. And ask her without Troy being there. Don't let Troy poison this.
Yeah,
like,
don't let Troy lead the witness.
No. Ask her separate from Troy. Like, what is the process of shutting the bathroom door? Don't even lead on. Like, just ask as if it's like, by the way, we're talking about bathrooms. What's the process of shutting your bathroom door?
You just close it.
Right. She's like, what are you talking about? You just push. Turn the knob. Oh, yeah. You'd be exposed at that point.
Okay.
And then Mike also gets to interview Troy while he's
in a propofol stupor.
Stupor.
Yeah.
That's great.
At which point we may be able to uncover certain truths.
Yeah.
Are you going to try for that?
Well, are there any truths that we would like uncovered?
Well, I think we should be somewhat respectful since Troy has been so open with his life for us, like to destroy him when he's afforded us this opportunity would be the wrong thing to do. However, to not take advantage of learning truths would also be
disrespectful.
We have a responsibility to the truth.
I mean, I think you need to get to the bottom of the whole Taylor Swift thing because it was really suspicious, very suspicious. Like, I would imagine in a propofol stupor that Troy would have a lot of disrespectful things to say about her relationship with Travis Kelce, because he made the audacious claims on this show that he just kind of was over it. He just listened to a lot of Taylor Swift and doesn't really listen anymore. Except he told us that he was walking around Manhattan crying and that he would show up outside her old house because he was so obsessed. And then the minute things got serious between Taylor and Travis, he was like, oh, no, I'm just kind of over it. It has nothing to do with that.
I can answer that now, if you want.
Go ahead.
The news said she wasn't a psyop, so I was like, what? Probably a psyop. We got to take a break.
Huh?
We got to take a break.
No, we don't.
I don't think so. I don't like taking breaks.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, not for you.
No.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh. Welcome back. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. We're all going to be surfing.
Good job.
Jim's on his way to Las Vegas for Skankfest this weekend. New episode of the Satisfying Podcast with myself and Nicole Biggins, a.k.a. Nicole Ryan. The audio is already up. The video will be up at 11 a.m. Eastern. Nicole, this week, she wrote a letter of complaint to her building manager because the elevators weren't working. And I asked if I may see the email that she wrote. And she's a giving person, so she showed me riddled with typos. I mean, she sounded like a completely insane person.
Did she type it?
Yes.
And she didn't notice all the red lines underneath?
One of her emails ends with the word R.
Nope, that's not how you...
It just... Nope. It's a sentence in all caps, and then the word R. And that's the end of the email.
Nope.
So I would recommend checking that out when you get a chance after this morning's show. And the audio is available wherever you get audio, as well as on the SiriusXM app and all over the place. So, who's that? No idea. Who's Emma? Oh, that's interesting. Probably when I said the SiriusXM app. So is Alex Jones, are they selling, was he crying yesterday because they're selling off InfoWars? Is that true?
I don't know. The only crying clip that I saw was one that was just recirculating from...
Maybe it was recirculating then.
From like 2 months ago.
But I know that they said they are, like the courts or the bankruptcy court or whatever court it is making him sell off InfoWars in pieces.
Why they gotta fuck with him?
Because of the Sandy Hook thing?
I think this one was going around.
But that's old.
But it's from... June. Yeah.
He's cried a lot, so.
Yeah, he's
emotional.
Got a lot going on.
Well, when they say they're selling it in parts, do they mean like the company or the physical stuff? Because
it's being auctioned off.
How much is his desk going to go for?
Oh, you want to buy the desk?
They run like a whole operation there.
Well, I mean, imagine if I had Alex Jones's desk in my basement.
Oh, that would be fucking sick.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be worth the investment to try to get the desk?
Yes. Would you keep it? Would you have it say in InfoWars?
I mean, if it came pre-programmed, I'm not going to like.
Oh, additional InfoWars assets, including studio equipment,
oh my gosh,
will be sold at auction later. They're going to, so InfoWars assets, including social media accounts, copyrighted material, and trademarks owned by the parent company Free Speech Systems will be liquidated in November.
They're selling his IP? I didn't even realize that was a thing. I guess it makes sense, but
you can buy the Twitter account. You know how many followers you would inherit?
Oh, it'd be great. And just start like posting updates about everything that AOC and her group are doing. How great
the Green New Deal?
Yeah. How great all that stuff is. How like, hey, we got this word from the government. I believe it word for word. Send. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Starting next month. Oh,
copyrighted material, trademarks. I wonder what trademarks he owns. I'd love to pick up some of those.
Maybe all that stuff that he sells? Doesn't he sell like
like the supplements and stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sold for parts.
So that's not the way to phrase it.
It's CNN.
Yeah, that feels like they're taking a little shot there. The proceeds could fetch millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
wonder if he has somebody buy it for him.
Just so at least he knows the guy who has it?
Yeah, just like...
But does he have the money? It's not like he can funnel the money.
No, but like...
They take that money while he was funneling it. Oh, we just saw this money you're funneling. We're going to take the cash.
I mean, more like an angel investor.
Oh.
You know? Like, I want to keep... Like, we need to keep Alex's voice alive. I will buy InfoWars. Elon like, that sounds like something he would do.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be bad press if Elon did it, but...
I don't think he cares at this point.
He probably doesn't
I mean, it's not even going to make a dent in that $1.5 billion he owes.
No. This is one of those things like they did... I mean, it's similar to what happened with OJ, where it's almost like they're selling all his stuff out of spite because it really doesn't come close to actually matching the money owed.
It's like getting 3 life terms. Like, that's, you're never going to serve those.
We just want to make it hurt.
Yeah, we just want to make it hurt. And OJ didn't do anything anyway.
Well, from a financial perspective, he did.
Oh, financially?
Financially speaking, yeah.
Criminally.
From a civil perspective, he absolutely is responsible for the killing of 2 people.
Just civilly.
Yeah, speaking from a purely financial perspective.
Sure.
Yeah, not in a criminal way.
Anyone can place a bid for InfoWars, including its dubious dietary supplement store.
Ooh, I want that.
And use the property for any reason. You should invest in his dietary supplements.
Yeah, and just start hawking them on Satisfying.
Yeah.
Make Nicole do all the reads. No, you got to do it like Alex.
Do all the supplements.
No, well, she'd do it. I don't have to make her do. She just see him and do them. But like, yeah, if I had Nicole start like getting all hyped up like Alex,
that'd be awesome.
We're in danger right now.
Wow, man. Oh, Jones has. This is what I was saying. Jones has suggested that one of his allies could buy InfoWars.
Like as the because that's part. I mean, that's going to be the biggest.
Nothing would prevent him from continuing to broadcast under a new owner, although he would still need to pay off the debt he owes San Diego fans.
Yeah. If there was like a big media investor, that bought it, it would keep him alive.
Like Ben Shapiro.
I don't know if Ben Shapiro would do it.
Maybe Matt Walsh will take all his "Am I Racist" money and buy.
I think it would probably be more like one of those very rich people who we don't even know their name.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess it could be Matt Walsh after he gets his movie check.
Could be. Yeah. It's one of the most successful documentaries.
Yeah. I mean, it's doing really well. It got a theatrical release, right?
I read it's like in the top 20 documentaries ever released, like as far as like box office goes.
It feels very much like he's found himself a niche where he's going to be the right-wing Michael Moore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Michael Moore would make all those like sort of, obviously very left-leaning, humor-based documentaries.
I haven't seen it, but I would watch it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. I would just like watch it. I'm not like...
Troy's like, I bought 3 tickets and I'm not even going with anybody.
Is it still in the theaters? I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Is it really? I don't think I'll go see it this weekend. You guys want to go?
To the movie?
To Matt Walsh's movie.
I mean, I'll probably see that Demi Moore movie.
Oh, here's a big surprise. It is still playing in Staten Island.
Oh, that's going to be there till Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, sold out.
I'm not taking a boat to go see it.
It's playing to full theaters.
Oh, yeah, it is. No, I got to see that Demi Moore Substance.
Substance, yeah. I'm trying to see that maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably see it this weekend, too. I haven't seen it yet.
And then I'm really interested in seeing Megalopolis.
Yeah, but I saw a review in the New York Post that said Megalopolis or Megaflopolis.
That's a good one.
Yeah. They nailed them hard.
I mean, if we're being honest, I've seen that review in so many words a few times.
Yeah, people say, but also, it's one of those, when you get even a genius like Francis Ford Coppola, whenever you hear about one of these guys, George Lucas the same way, like, who created something that everybody loves, when they're like, I'm going to invest all my own money, it's very off the beaten path, I'm going to work on it for 15 years.
Passion project.
And I'm going to come out with it and it's a passion project. They're always like really bad.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of figured that Megalopolis might not be very good. The cast is good.
The cast is great. But yeah, you kind of assume like, oh, there's a reason every studio didn't want to.
I mean, it's Francis Ford Coppola. Why wouldn't the studio put their money into it if it was really good?
Yeah.
That's what they do
first.
Yeah, I'm going to see The Substance.
That looks great.
Yeah.
And then I'll go see Am I Racist?
I don't know if we'll have time.
And then I'll place a bid for InfoWars.
A busy weekend.
Try to get it.
I'll probably throw a bid in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You know you're going to get outbid.
I mean, might as well. Yeah, I mean, you got to participate. You got to be a part of the system.
Yeah.
But you know what I think is the next big doc to come out? Because I keep seeing news articles about it.
Diddy?
I mean, literally, there already is. They're already doing a Diddy one. Like TMZ, TMZ already has one ready to go.
Oh, really?
They're putting it on Tubi.
Oh, Tubi.
Tubi.
Oh, I gotta watch that this week.
I said it's not on Netflix. Oh, it is on Tubi. Yeah. That's where that clip. TMZ posted a clip of Diddy's lawyer explaining it's all that baby oil. Yeah, there's Costco's near them. That's because TMZ, like lightning fast, put out a documentary about the fall of P. Diddy.
They are on it.
Yeah,
I'll just wait for 50's Netflix.
50's
I mean,
be great.
50's is going to be a killer.
And if Netflix bought it, it's good.
Yeah, that's official. Like it started as a joke, and 50's like, no, I have a doc. And there were rumors that 50's been like secretly working on this Diddy doc for like years.
He knew.
Yeah,
Of course he knew.
Like just waiting for it all to come out. And he's really smart because he didn't sell the doc until after everything came out. Because now it's worth like a boatload, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'll wait.
I mean, imagine. No, you're 50 Cent, so you can already put 50 Cent's name on there. And you're like, I have this project that's 3/4 of the way done already. And it's dealing with this thing right now.
And it's in the biggest thing in the news right now. Yeah.
And here's some of the info in it. It's like, yeah, sold.
Oh, man. Can't wait. Bring it.
Is this Diddy's lawyer?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what he has to say. Maybe we're jumping to conclusions.
You are, because this makes sense.
Now sex is a bad thing because if it was, there'd be no more people. I've been with him since 8 o'clock this morning, and it's about almost 3 o'clock now. He's just laser focused. He's engaged. He's helpful. He's confident. We're going through our defense as we do every day, and his spirits are relatively good.
How do you explain the baby oil and the lubricant?
Good question.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there's a Costco right down the street.
Oh.
I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know. And this is consensual adults doing what consensual adults do. We can't get so puritanical in this country to think that somehow sex is a bad thing, because if it was, there'd be no more people.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's how I made the people in my house. A lot of baby oil involved.
Let me check Costco's website.
Yeah, how many baby oils in a Costco pack?
It's probably 1,000.
If so, that kind of clears him, and we need to stop making baby oil jokes. Yeah. If so.
What about all the dildos? Didn't they find like 800 dildos?
No, I think I've seen that meme go around.
That's not true?
I saw that too.
I feel like that's a Trick Troy meme.
Okay, maybe
because I have not seen one source that actually has said that.
Okay, maybe
I just see the graphic comes up and the quote, and so you go, oh, that's a headline from a story, and you see all these infographics that they post on Instagram, but then I look and it hasn't been credited to anywhere, and I've Googled it because I wanted it to be true, and it hasn't been credited to anywhere. So I think they got you.
That's not that far fetched, though.
No. It's not.
I don't even see baby oil on this website.
Maybe they had to take it down because there's such a demand.
You think so? Or they just took it down when Diddy bought all of it?
I heard you can get 1,000 bottles here on quite a deal.
It's like the sriracha. Like they're out. Like,
yeah.
It's out.
Yeah. Gone. Bought it all. Yeah. No, I think Ocean Gate might be the next to get the dock treatment.
Oh, probably.
Because I keep seeing, like, now, once they hit the year mark, first we know from our previous intern, Coop, that we have that audio of the people inside the Ocean Gate capsule. Remember he brought that in?
Yeah.
But, I keep seeing articles about it's a year removed, how so many people involved knew this was a disaster waiting to happen, how the CEO himself was told, like, this is not going to work, how, it wasn't regulated, and
corners.
Yeah, corners were cut. I've watched videos of them showing how, like, he was almost bragging that not only was he using a video game remote from Amazon to control, this is the vessel that went down to see the Titanic, or tried to, but, like, most of the vessel was built by stuff he bought at Lowe's.
Oh.
Yeah, like it was like regular consumer stuff that he used to build this thing. And people kind of knew, too, that yes, it was tested, but that it was deteriorating with every test. Meaning that, it's not just going to go down and shatter. It's going to slowly deteriorate to the point that eventually it will go down and shatter. And that eventuality was, after the test, boom, it's gone.
You thinking a 4-parter on Netflix?
Yeah, well, it'll be a 4-parter unless the guy... Well, I guess the guy's not going to catch any charges because he got obliterated.
Yeah.
So there are no charges to get.
But they'll probably wait until this final, report is out.
Maybe a 3-parter. I think there is also sort of an exhaustion setting in with the amount of parts.
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's gotten to a point where... It used to be like, yeah, it's got to be 10 parts. It's got to be to just keep people on Netflix. And now I think you hear more from people that they don't watch things. Like the first question you go, how many parts is it? Oh, 2. Oh, I'll watch that. Oh, 3. I'll watch it. 6 parts. I don't know. 6 parts. So I'm going to go with 3 will be my prediction. Okay. I think we're going to get a 3-parter within the next year or so, re-examining the case and how everybody kind of knew that they were all, or that this was bound to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll watch it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm like fascinated by the whole thing, like watching them look at it further, the decisions that were made by the people who actually jumped on the submersible, how obsessed this guy was with building it. Like, that's why he didn't go through any regulation, because he thought that the regulation was just slowing him down, and he could do it so much quicker if he just made it unregulated, and nobody had to check his work. But it's this thing, too, that you find with some of these people, where they all think that they're Steve Jobs. And so they take on this Steve Jobs thing that is maybe not even true. It's just what you read about Steve Jobs, where he believes the impossible can happen. And since he's a magician, he can make the iPhone because he goes, I know it's impossible, but just do it. And so, a lot of people that are maybe not as skilled as Steve Jobs maybe don't realize they are actually asking for something that is not feasible. Like,
what are you talking about? This is so easy.
There's probably a difference where Steve Jobs knew, I think that this is actually feasible. It's just very difficult.
You saying not everybody is like Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, P.T. Barnum?
No, that's why we know their names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of people think that they are. And a lot of people think they can just be dickheads and go like, that's okay. Kanye is like that. Kanye's like, sure, that it's okay that he's a total dick because he's P.T. Barnum. He's Walt Disney. And, I'm not 100% sure.
You know who's kind of done it?
Who?
Richard Branson.
Okay, I'm listening. You think so?
Well, yeah, because he has...
Because he made the purple lights on the airplanes?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's
and when I would go into those airplanes, I was like, this is so cool.
And the smoke comes out?
Yeah.
And you feel like you're at a club, you start doing Molly?
But I feel like he's kind of done things that... not necessarily people have said like, oh, you can't do it, but he's innovated without being like, I can do anything.
And there is a charm about him.
Well, he's British.
He is. Maybe it's the fact that he's British.
And he's got hair.
Oh, he's got great hair. Yeah. And remember he threw a glass of water on Mark Cuban?
I remember.
He fucked up Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. Did you know he did that, Troy?
I didn't.
Richard Branson, he showed up on Shark Tank, and they were just like bickering back and forth like they do on Shark Tank. Sure. And Richard Branson just took his water and threw it at Mark.
I like that.
Bro, you could see it all over his face. They're doing a TV show, but like Mark Cuban was legit furious. And like not regular person pissed, he was billionaire pissed.
And what did he... Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
To get involved with the 600,000. Oh, shocking! Oh, what shocking! Just because you crap on her with a fancy voice doesn't mean that's I'm about to throw water at these two guys. Could we possibly come in for 300,000 and maybe for 10%? No, sir, Richard Branson. I'm asking a question. It has to be 600.
Let me tell you what I have.
Oh! Look at his face. Look at Cuban's face. He's so fucking. He's furious.
Oh, I got him back.
But it's very Burt Reynolds, Double Dare guy energy. Burt Reynolds.
Mark Summers?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds, Mark Summers energy, where it's like, oh, he got him back, and Richard Branson is laughing now, but I mean, he's furious. Furious. Because you can't throw water at a billionaire on television, except Richard Branson is also a billionaire.
Yeah. He's like the only person that could get away with it.
Yeah. And Mark Cuban is like a jock billionaire. That's what people don't understand. He's a sports guy billionaire. He's not one of these like but Richard Branson is kind of he's not like a jock billionaire, but he's kind of a cool guy billionaire.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's like an adventurer billionaire.
Yeah.
Like that's why like Mark Cuban is like taking shots at Elon now in the public. But that feels very like the jock billionaire making fun of the geek billionaire.
I remember the Virgin Megastore in Times Square. That place was awesome.
I bet you shopped there a lot.
Well, yeah, I had to.
Yeah, exactly. You got in no problem.
Yeah, you had to show your card.
Yeah. Where's your V card? That's true. Richard Branson did. The Virgin Megastore was sick. I met Rob Zombie there.
It was the best.
Yeah, they almost didn't let him in because he fucked so hard.
Rob Zombie? Mm-hmm. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
The Dillinger Escape Plan had a legendary performance in that.
That's awesome.
There was one in Times Square.
It was
and then
a store, but it was like bands would come and perform. Yeah,
there was one in Union Square too.
Yeah.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah.
The one in Times Square was amazing. It was
it's
3
legendary.
levels. Like they had everything.
Yeah, you had MTV on one side of the street.
Yeah.
And then the Virgin Megastore on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did. They had CDs and everything, and then every big artist would go there and do signings, and some of them would perform.
Either there or at Tower Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I guess I forgot Richard Branson did all that.
Yeah, dude.
He's been doing this shit for a minute.
This place ruled.
Yeah, it did.
Get lost in there.
Yeah, you were cool if you were going to I'm going into the city. Got to go to the Virgin Megastore.
Got to go to Virgin Megastore?
Yeah. You had to.
Yeah. So he can throw water at
he's allowed.
Yeah, he's allowed.
You like Richard Branson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Branson's the tits.
He is the tits. And he invented airplanes.
And I like Mark Cuban, but that was funny.
That was funny. I like Mark Cuban too. But it is also funny to see guys put in that position where it's like anyone else, they'd never do it or they'd have hell rain down upon them. But what are you going to do to Richard Branson?
Nothing.
I don't think with short hair he looks as cool, but...
Well, I think, his hair was drying out a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
Let's get some conditioner on that sumbitch.
A little coconut oil.
Yeah, a little coconut oil.
I'm going to be honest with you. Also, at that age...
74.
His hair's that long. He's probably getting a little delicate, to tell you the truth. You want to cut it shorter because you don't want to risk, it starts falling. And I think it's easier to look younger when you have shorter hair. I think that's probably why. Oh, look, he's partying, dude. I wonder if he wishes virgin was not the choice. Like, he's just stamping the word virgin on everything. It's like, there's probably a different name in hindsight. It's too late to change it now. He's associated with it, but like Branson would have been cool. Except Branson, Missouri probably has that on lock.
So it's called Virgin Group, and it started in the 70s.
Yeah, you're probably in it.
No, man, I wasn't even born yet.
Joke. Over and over again.
The name Virgin arose in 1970 when Richard Branson and Nick Powell formed a record shop. First as a mail order and then a physical store. They considered themselves virgins in business. Branson had described the V in the logo as an expressive tick representing the Virgin seal of approval. Oh, I get it, because it's kind of like a check mark.
Oh, yeah, they call them, yeah.
But still, you're right. Like, have some foresight. And be like, maybe we shouldn't name our company.
I mean, he couldn't have known he was going to stamp it on, like, everything. He couldn't have known how successful it was going to be, but it should be, like, best case scenario. Is this what we want to be known as?
Yeah, like, if we are billionaires, do we want to have the Virgin Cruise Line and the Virgin Airline?
Yeah, I'm not going on that.
And the Virgin Store?
No way, dude. Doug in Virginia. What's up, Doug?
Dude, Richard Branson has that Virgin Voyages now. The adults only cruise line.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
It is?
Dude, it's a party. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, he does do, like, all of his stuff seems like he makes it to have a good time. Like, it's actually cool. Like, he thinks about the experience that people will have on it, whether it's the airplanes or the cruise ships or whatever. Oh, and there it is. Best cruise ships for adults.
Is it a swinger party?
Like a hedonism cruise ship?
It is not a hedonism or a swinger cruise ship. Can you find those in there? Yeah, you can find them anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's a party. It's happening the entire time. The club is awesome. There's no kids running around. I don't need anybody else's little ankle biters around me when I'm on a cruise. It's freaking awesome.
Thank you, Doug. It is a good point. And it is smart. I mean, it's a gamble, right? Because when you think cruises, you think of people going with their families. Mm-hmm. But the idea that, like, people get to a certain age, they have money, they want to either get away from their kids graduate or whatever it is. They want to know, well, like, a lot of people, if they have money and their kids are out of the house, or they never had kids and they're just older, they want to know that they're going to go on vacation or a cruise ship and not have to deal with little kids everywhere.
Or you can have kids and also just want to, like, not have to deal with other shitty kids on a vacation.
And you so don't want to deal with other people's shitty kids that you leave your kids behind.
Sure.
I got to be part of the system.
Yeah.
I don't want people to deal with my shitty kids, so I don't have to deal with their shitty kids.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant.
Have you ever tried that, going on vacation without your kid?
No, not yet, but I'm sure we're close.
Well, yeah, your kid's of the age where it's probably
she's
okay.
15, like.
But I do wonder, like, how do you explain that when you have little? Because some people do it with, like, little kids. Like, they leave a babysitter at home,
yeah,
and go on vacation. And it's like, will you, like, tell your kids we're going on vacation without you?
And, like, we can't just go to Disney and be like, sorry, Riley.
That's where you'd want to go.
You're not coming with us.
She's like, I was on your Instagram. Why would you go to Disney World?
We'd be the biggest pieces of shit.
Yeah. Why would you do that? You're like, you know we like Disney World. Where else would we go?
Yeah, but you know I love it too.
She could bring a friend, and then her and her friend go off and do their thing.
That's kind of the plan, maybe next time.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it.
Because she's at that age where, like, you know.
She doesn't want to hang out with you.
No, she does. She knows we're cool. But, like.
I mean, is she okay?
Mom's cool.
What? I'm cool too.
Mom's a lot cooler.
Mom is way cooler.
Way cooler.
Why? Because she gets certain literature in the mail?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. You know, you can't just pinpoint it to one.
No.
I mean, I'm cool too.
So the
what else is going on in the news? News stories.
You don't have to change the subject. Keep talking about this.
There's something else I want to talk about. Yeah.
I didn't think we were done.
Yeah, but then you're also like the hero because you get to, you know, you're taking her friend on vacation.
Yeah.
You get to do your own thing.
And, like, yeah, she is at the age where, like, so if we were to go to, like, Disney next year, she could bring a friend. They could get their own room. You know, like, and
with their own money.
And
get a job if you want to go.
and that's a place where, like, she's been so many times that if she were to be like, hey, can we go off on our own? I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. You know this place inside and out. I'm not worried about you getting lost. I know you know everywhere to go. Have fun. See you later.
Jeff in New Orleans.
Hey, Sammy, how you doing, bud?
Good, dude.
Did you hear or see the video that they've been circulating with Cat Williams on, you know, the big Shannon Sharp interview?
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the things he said. 2024 is going to be the year where they all go down. He said, I don't care if you're Diddy, I don't care who you are, and
yeah, I mean, it aged very well. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, this whole Cat Williams Shannon Sharp podcast has aged incredibly well.
He tells no lies.
Cat Williams really doesn't. He decided one day to just go on and do the biggest podcast ever.
And we all said, hey, look at this crazy guy. Listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, we were kind of having fun with him.
Yeah, he's
right?
out of his mind.
And it's like, no. Nope. He was letting everybody know what was really happening.
It's like when Jose Canseco wrote that book and everybody was like, fuck out of here, A-Rod does steroids. What are you talking about?
I think they just didn't want him to be true. It's like when Troy showed up and said they're controlling the weather.
Y'all laughed.
Now especially Travis. He was laughing the hardest.
I know. Now it's on ABC News. Go figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who would have thought? You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did.
Who's the asshole now?
That's a good point.
Now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. Okay. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
You got to tell him no.
You got to tell him
You got to. And he's right. He is right. Who would have thought? Cat Williams was right and Shannon Sharp would be fucking on Instagram.
What a wild year, huh?
I mean, there was a lot of runway after this. We thought this was the climate. There was so much runway coming after this. This is,
He got hacked.
The whole thing was incredible. Shannon Sharp?
Yep.
He came out and said he clearly did not get hacked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
Clearly I was lying.
Yeah, clearly lying. Yeah. It is amazing how, and you want to believe it was Cat seeing the future, but he saw the present.
He knew.
He knew what was going on at that exact moment.
And he had no problem being honest about it.
No.
No fear.
Because he had the receipts.
Yeah.
As he said, he had the receipts.
And maybe I can't produce them for you right now, but trust me.
Trust me.
I have them.
Trust. I have them. So what are we looking at for? We got week 3 of the most.
Week 4.
Is this week 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, week 4. Time goes so fast.
It's almost spooky season.
I can't wait for that. I love that. Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, the traffic.
Yeah, I know, but it's worth it. Week 4 NFL. How am I going to make my money back?
You can start with the Cowboys tonight.
You really think so?
I mean,
are you doing it?
I usually don't do money lines and spreads. I like my player props.
I like money.
I'll do a money line if there's a boost on a sports book.
Mm-hmm.
Make it worth my time.
I see.
My money.
You're saying because it's too much like either we win or we lose. There's too many.
I don't like depending on an entire team to win my money.
Yeah.
I like betting on players to do what I think the player is going to do, and then let me enjoy the game as a whole.
I get it.
That's how I roll.
I get it, Mike. You don't. You just appreciate the game.
Yeah. I don't know how a lot of the betting stuff works. Like, I have no idea what a money line is. Like, I don't.
Money line is just
strictly betting on the game.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
Who's going to win? Doesn't matter by how many points or anything. And then the spread.
I mean, the Cowboys have
like 6.5.
I think it's either 6.5 or 6.
The Cowboys have to beat the Giants.
It's 6 right now.
They certainly don't have to.
These goddamn Cowboys. Huh?
CeeDee Lamb, their highly paid wide receiver, who sat out training camp because he wanted more money.
Smart.
Has been virtually non-existent this year. Spent the better part of Sunday's game pouting on the sidelines after fumbling at like the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And which apparently is everybody else's fault but his.
It wasn't his fault. It's everybody else's.
The ball was knocked out of his hands.
Because of everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Primarily.
Because of his loose grip on the football and the defender's fist.
He wouldn't be pouting if that were the case.
But he's played historically well against the Giants.
A lot of people have.
Well, yeah, that's not saying much.
I mean, yeah, I forgot you were telling me that there were a lot of people who, a lot of positions that were not properly filled by the Cowboys.
No, Jerry made comments about this over the offseason, saying that they were going to have to do more with less this year. They did not go out and
they're doing something with less, but it's not necessarily more.
They appear to be doing less with less.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The defensive tackle's a huge concern. I think that if I was the Giants, I would try to run the ball right at them until, proven otherwise.
The Cowboys love giving up rushing yards.
They seem to relish it.
Yeah, we had a lot.
It sucks.
Are you don't try to go to these games when they're in New York, when the Cowboys come to New York?
I don't like attending an NFL game. It's too hard to watch the game.
That is so crazy that you're so into football, but you don't like betting or going to live games.
It's such a good TV sport.
It is.
It is. I mean, you see everything.
It's so much fun in person. I love it.
It's such a good TV sport. You get the analyst if you're watching it on TV, so you can get a little bit more insight into what's going on. And then if you go to the game, you get a beer, you got to get up and take a piss, like you're waiting on a line. It's just a whole fucking thing. You can do it from the comfort of your own couch, temperature controlled. Football tends not to be the best weather season.
You'd be like one of those dorks that like listens to the sportscasters while they're watching the game.
I went to the Giants Redskins game last year, and I had on my phone YouTube running various out of town games.
It's the same turds that are disappointed that when they go to a baseball game now they can't keep score in their programs.
Where's my scorecard?
Did you used to use a scorecard?
No, never. I respect people who do because it's not easy.
No, but it was a whole generation that did. Did your dad?
You know what?
My dad did.
That's a good question. I wonder if he did or not. He didn't when we would go to games, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, before I was around, like, when he would just go to games all the time, maybe he did.
Yeah, my dad did.
That was a thing.
I specifically, like, my dad would have the little pencil that they gave you, and he's just sitting there.
There's people who still do it.
Bunch of nerds.
Sam, have you taken your kids to a high school game yet? Like a local team?
Sam's not allowed there.
Yeah. Well, we can watch. I mean, we need the telescope.
Binoculars.
Yeah.
500 yards.
Yeah, that's right. Is it 500 yards from the end zone or 500 yards in general?
I need some clarity on.
We should, actually. That's a very good idea.
It's an incredible slice of Americana.
Yeah, because...
Take them down to Texas, go to a high school game.
We've been to like a high school like lacrosse game just because it was happening while we were around, and we were like, let's sit down and watch this for a while. Maybe I will.
And it's a good way to get him, started on the road towards masculinity.
Well, yeah, he likes it. My son likes it when the football's on TV.
Yeah.
And tell him that.
And I had him watching Slime Time live when he was younger.
Oh, yeah.
The Nickelodeon version.
Early, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sit him down tonight and be like, son, it's time to get on the road to masculinity.
That's what I tell him.
Let's watch Cowboys Giants.
That's what I tell him. Yeah, I might take him to a high school game. Who are the Chiefs playing this weekend? I mean, Kansas City is usually when I just want to just play the odds, bet on Kansas City.
I think I've got the Sunday night game.
The refs will help me out. We'll be good to go.
Or maybe they're Monday night. Where are they?
I'm usually busy on Mondays.
Nope. Okay. Mike? Where are the Chiefs?
Looks like they're 4:30. Yeah, Sunday night you get a nice one. You get Bills Ravens.
Chiefs Chargers. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to spend a lot of money to make money on that.
But
it's not worth it. But go ahead.
What if I spend like hundreds of dollars and I'll make back my cool 30?
I mean, if you put $100 on the Chiefs money line,
if I put $100 on the Chiefs,
you would make $29.
Okay,
that's a bad bet.
You think so?
Yes. It's a horrible, horrible bet.
Safe.
That's why it's a bad bet, because
that's how the Bengals got me, by the way.
You might lose on something that is supposed to be so safe.
I mean, can I tell you how much I bet on the Bengals?
Please.
It's not big numbers.
10,000?
It was $10,000,
okay. And you lost that bet.
I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never recover from this financially.
I mean, you could bet the Bengals again this week. They're playing the Panthers.
I will say this. Let's say I bet $40,000. I would have won $10,000. So
that's why these are bad bets.
Those are the bets I made.
You'll learn. You'll get better.
Yeah, but the other ones are so risky.
Yeah, that's why you gotta really key in on what you want to do.
Yeah.
And just go with it.
Yeah.
And you got to get on multiple books. I know you're on one because they sponsor you.
Promo code, baby. Yeah. Yeah, and also I think as we get later and later in the season and we start to build up what the identities of these teams are this season, it becomes more clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a wild season, though.
I know. Like, in my head, I think I would think that Baltimore has quite a good shot against Buffalo, but...
Yeah, I mean, they do.
But it's not cut and dry by any stretch of the imagination.
No, please. That's why it's... Yeah, that's why the Ravens are getting 2.5 points at home, which means that technically the Bills are getting half a point because you get 3 points just kind of as a home field advantage.
Yeah.
Troy, where are you going?
Now I'm hearing.
Well, I got to shit, and Mike and I got to go to the doctor.
I'm hearing zipper sounds, and I can only imagine that's the sound of a popular knapsack.
Mike, I'm going to have to make a quick pit stop before we head out.
Yeah, it's fine. I got to drop some stuff upstairs, so...
Are we going...
aligned perfectly.
Are we going on the expedition?
Yes, we are leaving right now.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, it is time for the colonoscopy. Mike is traveling with him to document the entire experience.
In pursuit of truth.
Yes, to get the pursuit of truth. And then, do you think this is audio that you'll work on over the weekend? We'll have something first thing next week?
Yeah,
People are very anxious.
Yeah, we'll try to get this...
yeah.
Jim will be back Tuesday?
He'll want to hear it. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be great.
So let's schedule that right in.
Let's do that.
Do you guys wish me luck?
No.
I wish Mike luck. Mike, I wish you good luck, which could mean that since you're documenting it, it would be bad luck for Troy. Oh, we got a guest coming in right now.
What up, y'all?
What up, world?
What's up, world?
Sway is here. Sway, I want you to know, don't think that this is rude. Troy and Mike are leaving the same time that you're coming in. It's not because of you. It's because Troy is going to get a colonoscopy because of overactivity back there. Yeah. So he's going to get.
All right. You look excited about that. Like
I'm not happy that I got probed. I'll be honest with you this way.
Really? Why not, bro? You gotta clean it out, man.
I'm clean. Yeah, I can float away. I'll be honest with you.
Really? Oh, okay. You got 30-year-old crap in there, man.
Yeah.
Get up. Come on. It's been sitting, waiting to breathe.
And we're sending a reporter, Mike, with him.
Okay.
To kind of get to the bottom of the whole procedure. And
when
also,
you say the bottom, Mike is going to actually be right there?
He will.
Okay.
He will.
All right.
For the
Okay,
whole
my man Mike.
Microphone at the ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Really? No? You're really going to?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be up on his rectum?
We're going in pursuit of certain truths, Sway.
Okay, yeah.
We'll uncover them.
And he's going to be able to ask the doctor if the doctor thinks this is the first time that Troy's been probed or if it's happened.
Troy, you know the answer to that. You sure you want to play that game?
I'm sweating a little bit. I'll be honest with you.
We didn't ask.
This is a rhetorical question right here.
Sorry, I can't hang.
Okay. Yes, we'll go.
Man. Yo, did he tell you the last time? Did he tell you when we bumped into each other in Mexico?
Yes.
Randomly in
the airport.
In the airport.
That's crazy.
Mexico.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. It's not him. Why would he be here?
That's why I thought the same. Like that guy looks just like Sway.
Yeah, man. Well, you should have known. All right. Well, good luck with that, man.
You,
so you haven't eaten anything in the last 24 hours
since Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So
Did they give you some kind of dye or something to take? Or they'll do that when you get there? Or?
No, I just had to take like Docalax, like over the counter stuff.
Do you do Docalax, Sway?
Nah, stop. Put that down a long time ago. I'm vegan now, so you know. All right.
All right. Good luck. Godspeed, Troy.
He's running out of here,
can't
bro.
wait. Well, he's got to make a bathroom stop on the way too.
Really, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what y'all doing this morning.
This is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. He had audio. You don't even. It's good that you came in now.
Yeah, man. How can my headphones get louder
as
here,
opposed to later?
Yeah.
No, I use those.
Use those? Okay. All right. Hold on.
Those are always fishy. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, because he was saying that he ran into you in Mexico in the airport just randomly. But, like, you're like the mayor, I feel like, half the time around here. Like, you're so ingratiating. Would you help Sway with the goddamn... What
man,
the fuck is going on?
Just staring at me. There's like 5 dudes staring at me going through hell with
I know, and he's like, he's got it. Don't worry.
Yo.
Sway's been around long enough. He knows how to work his own headphones.
This guy's on a professional outfit here, man. Thank you. It's good. One headphone, one side that's not working.
Yeah, you got it. One of the ears works, though, right? I mean, you'll be
I'm
all right.
sorry, Sam.
No,
What's
it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, man.
Was there ever a time, I mean, even the way that you're handling that, very nice, very gracious, I'll say. You're a very gracious person.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that you were not a gracious person, that you were a dick to people?
That's a great question. Have I ever been a dick to people?
Like, is it not in the sense like
I've been a like what are you gonna say?
Was it a character trait of yours? Like
no,
we always have these moments.
I was.
You didn't go through a phase like I'm on MTV News now. Like you can't talk to me.
I did the opposite. I've always been the opposite of that because of the way I came into entertainment. I came into entertainment as a beggar. You know, I needed people to play my music. I needed people to let me on their shows. I needed people to hear me out. You know, me and my partner King Tech in high school, we started. He was a DJ, I was a MC, and so I came in the game graciously. You know, when you're in that position, you kind of have to walk with humility because people don't see you.
Right.
They don't see you. They don't hear you, and you're going, "Yo, I do this. I'm a rapper. I'm a dancer. I'm a DJ." And folks don't really hear it until you have to go out and prove it. And so at that time, we stopped begging and started manufacturing our own cassettes and DVDs and CDs at that time, and put ourselves in a position of leverage where we were doing it for ourselves. We made our own concerts. We did our own merch, the whole nine. And when I got on radio in San Francisco, I said, I am never going to be that dick.
Yeah.
Who said no, shut doors, don't hear people, don't see them. And the moment I can't see people who are standing right next to me, I can't even hear them, you know, then I know I'm disconnected. And that's when you start losing, you know, your connection to the culture, to the people. Right. Which come first and foremost. People live their life to impress the industry. I never did that. We worked to connect with the people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, and I think also the fact that you did so much on your own in the beginning and had to work so hard to get there, you have this realization, like, we're really lucky to have these gigs. Nobody gets to do this.
Nobody gets
and everybody's
to do this.
trying.
Everybody's trying to do it. Yeah. And we actually get a salary. We get paid to do this.
Right.
But every time, even prior to, by the time I came to MTV, I had lived 3 lifetimes.
Right.
I had 3 careers. So when that came, it was almost laughed. Like, you know, I just looked at the higher power and said thank you. Gave thanks. And, so when I came to MTV, I wasn't who people thought I was. They thought I was new.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's the other thing too, right? That like there's a big difference from somebody getting plucked from total obscurity, like, no, you're gonna be our guy now, we're gonna throw you on, you're gonna kind of do whatever anybody tells you to do. Yeah. Maybe you'll get that ego because you think you're special. As opposed to somebody that's like, no, like I lived my dream and then I came up with another one, lived that one too, and now I'm here.
I'm being handed more dreams.
Right.
And so and I knew it was easy for me to do what I was doing there. They didn't know how easy it was for me. Yeah. Right? So it made me look great. It made me look like I hit the ground running. Damn, who's this guy with the locks in his hair? And he got this whole thing about him. He's interviewing Creed. He's interviewing U2, but he's also, how he get Eminem in the middle of the football field?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's talking with Eminem. He went to see Pimp C in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't understand. I already built these relationships with these people during the Wake Up Show with my partner King Tech in the 90s.
Right.
So I helped Eminem catapult his career, but MTV didn't know that necessarily.
Right.
And so it made me look good, bro. You know?
I think it's also, it goes to speak to what you were doing, that even after, it's not like when you got put on that platform, people were like, oh, I hated that guy when he was on the radio. Oh, that guy was a dick to me when he was on the radio. It's like, no. Like, people were happy for your success.
Yeah.
And artists were happy. Oh, good. Sway's like, as we're rising, so Sway.
Yeah. It was like, it's one of us that's in there now.
Right.
You couldn't get into MTV. You're a black guy with locks, come from the deep-rooted part of hip-hop culture, not the mainstream stuff so much. We came from the deep-rooted part. The mainstream we didn't highlight because they were making it, you know, and so we would find the Outkast before people knew who they were. We would find the Nas before people knew who he was. Wu-Tang Clan, we had him move to Northern California for a month. We convinced Steve Rifkin, who was head of Loud Records, to sign Wu-Tang Clan, was a friend of ours. And we suggested you move them to Cali, let them live here, and people will think they're from here, and they'll get immersed in the community that way. And then take them to L.A., and that way you put your footprint on the marketplaces here, and it makes it easier for us to play their records. And we did concert tours and all of these different things. We did all of these things with artists, not knowing where it was going to lead. And these guys became the Jay-Z's and the Nas's of the world, or Outkast, or the Roots. I remember we had the Roots in Leimert Park, I want to say in 1996. Wow. And the label they were on, MCA, kind of didn't know what to do with them. And they would come to us. You know, we were in Cali at the time. What can we do with them? So we asked the Roots to be a backing band in Leimert Park in L.A., and we're going to bring MCs to rhyme over this live band. Those MCs happen to be Exhibit, KRS-One, the Alcoholics, Goody Mob, all, Chino XL, all these legendary MCs. Mm-hmm. We didn't know, we were just being creative in the process. We were building the culture. That was in 96. Look at the Roots now.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's
Tonight Show. The Tonight Show band. We don't know what to do with these guys. They're a little... I wish they were more mainstream. They're the Tonight Show band.
They're the Tonight Show band. But even like Common, at one point, Common, the label didn't understand what to do with them this late 90s and was, at that time, they let you go and try to find the next whoever's hot person.
Yeah.
And they came to us and we said, nah, you don't get who this dude is. And we did a campaign for Common we were syndicated. So if we played your song on the station we were on the beat in LA, it went to about 35 stations at that time. And we started building Common's brand. He didn't need it, but they didn't understand it. It's 2024. Common got a Grammy. Common got an Oscar.
He's John Wick's bodyguard.
He's John Wick's bodyguard, bro. You know what I mean? He about to be an EGOT dude in a second. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just my relationship.
And then on the Black Album, Jay-Z's like, who I wish I was more like?
Common. If I could, I rhyme like Common Sense.
Crazy.
So for $1 million, they rhyme like Common Sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, so I was been very fortunate to be a part of all of their development.
How do you stay conscious of not only who you're interviewing, but once you get to MTV
mm-hmm.
and beyond, not losing your credibility as somebody who's still in touch with the underground, not kind of sold out to the mainstream
mm-hmm.
guy,
Sam, you ask great questions, man. This is pretty good shit here, bro. Yeah, you've been here, huh? You do this.
That's right.
What do you do every morning?
I'm professional.
Okay, right,
yeah,
great. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When I first went to MTV, it took about 3 times before I agreed to do it because I thought we had everything we needed. King Tech and I created a world that we were in love with. It was our heaven. We talked to Pac, Biggie, everybody. We threw concert tours before there was Rock the Bells. We were doing those same concerts, teaming up with Guerrilla Union. At that time we ended up doing Rock the Bells. Now LL got it back. So we thought we were we had all we needed. And then our syndication got cut, because the 92, the Beat the station that our home station was the Beat in LA because the market was so huge, got bought out by, I want to say Radio 1. And their head of programming at that time didn't understand our show, which was one of the biggest shows in hip hop, and wanted us to change the music and play more mainstream artists, and gave us an ultimatum. I remember being in it, and we had obtained a 6-figure salary, which was impossible for DJs from a radio station in the 90s, right? And he wanted us to compromise his show. Otherwise, we didn't have a place on that platform. And it took me 5 seconds to go, all right, well, thank you. We're going to walk away from this. There's no way we're going to compromise the Wake Up Show. I did that, Sam, with so much pride, bro. I was thumping my chest all the way out of his office. And when I got out the building, I damn near cried. What are we going to do, man? I called my partner, Tech. Hey, man, I walked out the office. He started cracking up. We cracking up. What are we going to do?
One of the greatest moments of my life. Just the moment. Everything after that.
After that, man,
sheer panic.
Mortgage was, we had bought a house. It was how are we going to do this shit? And then MTV called a 3rd time. I said, all right, man, I really kind of don't want to do this, but since you guys asked 3 times, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah. I have a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a lot of options, but I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do this, man. Let me tell my lawyer, hey, no more calls, And so I went out there, and that was a thing, bro. You're very in tune to ask me that. That was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
The whole underground was, a lot of folks was questioning, what is he doing on that mainstream platform? He stood for this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized my objective was, I see. We can't be forced to just think in a ceiling. We can't be forced to think in, with walls and ceilings, and okay, I see what this is. My role is to step outside and almost be the sacrificial lamb for the entire culture. This is how we could get on a mainstream platform and not lose your integrity. In fact, my objective became, I wanted the conversation to become more intellectual. You know, the way hip hop was being discussed was very limited and broken down through the lens of people who weren't in hip hop. And so with MTV, I never used slang. I rewrote any story that was written for me in my own voice. And even though I got backlash, eventually people saw what I was doing and bringing hip hop to culture the right way through MTV veins.
They're wrapping me up. You gotta go back to the show.
Yeah, man.
You're a work.
You're fucking therapy over here, man. What the hell you doing? They said we was gonna joke and talk about the 90s. What the hell?
Tell him whatever he needs to hear. Tell him whatever he needs to hear. I didn't even get to ask you if you were there the day Old Dirty Bastard said he wasn't doing anything for the community.
I was. I'll come back, part 2.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for popping by.
Man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Anytime. Come by again.
Absolutely.
I got a lot more questions for you. I got a lot more in the tank. See you later. Oh, the fact that's what a great tease. The fact that he was there when Old Dirty Bastards.
Who, me?
Me? Nothing.
I love Sway.
I didn't get to ask. There's 3 things that were in the tank. Mm-hmm. It was Old Dirty Bastard. Mm-hmm. Were you there that day? And when? Because he's like so. That's kind of where my thought pattern was going. Like he's so in tune with the community, with populations here, with the city, with this, and the opposite going on with
the
Old
board
Dirty
of a
Bastard.
nonprofit.
I mean, there was that. There was, just for my own curiosity, he still talked to Tabitha Soren.
Sure.
I got to know that.
Doesn't want to know. Yeah.
And then also, I mean, you ain't got the answers, Sway.
You got the answers, Sway.
I mean,
it's iconic.
Of course it's iconic. That's the day I got my picture with Kanye.
That was the day.
I took the picture with Kanye on You Don't Got the Answers Sway Day.
That was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, I had hair. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was like 2011 or 2013. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it seems like that. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get Sway back in. Because
I mean, you could talk to him all day.
I was sitting there going like, cancel his show. Mm-hmm. And by the way, if he ever invites me on his show, I'll just be asking him questions as well. Don't worry about me. I don't care. Like, who cares? I mean, it's so wild to me that somebody like that, who has such like a rich history in this, is just kind of like, he should go on and just talk about himself every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's just a fascinating
How do you not?
person and got such an amazing story. But what makes him fascinating and interesting is the fact that he comes in every single day and does a show like any of us are doing. He talks about what's going on now, talks to whatever guests are coming in that day. And I mean, I love that he can sit there, and you could just tell from his vibe, knowing that he talks to people all the time that don't know his pedigree, that don't know how far back he goes, that don't know how connected and respected he is. And he doesn't let it bother him. He doesn't have an ego about it. He's just like, okay, you'll either figure it out or you won't.
I mean, maybe the least ego in this building. For somebody who should have a very big one.
Yeah. I mean, look, the least ego in this building is not saying much. There's a lot of... This building's got quite an ego problem.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right. He's the one guy here who should be walking around like his shit don't stink.
Yeah.
And instead, it's Troy walking around like his shit don't stink, and his shit is documented as stinking the worst of anybody.
He claims it's clear now and it can't possibly stink.
Well, I don't think that's true at all.
Well, we'll find out on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. That's one thing that is kind of fun about being here, is that somebody like that's walking around. Christopher Russo, Mad Dog, would just be like
walking around
here. I guess Chris Russo is going to war with Jason Kelsey. Is that right?
So. on their network.
He went on. Jason Kelsey is like a big broadcaster guy now, but he's not like a play-by-play guy. They're just letting him do his thing because the podcast that he and Travis do, his brother Travis, not our Travis. I wish too.
What?
I'm just saying for your success. For your success.
Once a week, I could do both.
Well, it takes a lot of prep. It takes a lot of prep. But the Travis, the podcast that the Kelsey boys do is so big that they kind of just let Jason be Jason.
Yeah.
And he's like a contributor now on ESPN. But I guess
She's sick of it by like.
And by the way, Mad Dog, who has the biggest personality and one of the most polarizing personalities in the history of the medium. The fact that he would say it's too much with this guy, it's enough with this guy, is so hilarious to me.
You mean a guy?
Like. That's all right. You're running both positions because we decided that it was more important to send our staffer out with Troy, which I stand by. If McClure asked me about it, I'm going to tell him, no. I approved and stand by that decision.
It is wild, though, that a guy with a radio show and multiple TV shows is like, enough of this guy.
And he just shouts all the time. That's his whole gimmick. He's got an unconventional voice, which, by the way, there is nothing wrong with an unconventional broadcast voice.
I guess.
And just shouts all the time, which also there's nothing wrong with being voluminous in your voice.
Wait, hang on. All right, you want to hear this?
Yeah, I want to hear Mad Dog going. Mad Dog going off on a colleague is so funny to me. He's also not that guy.
Get mad at me? I would have said it anyway because I feel like it. I'm in one of those moods. I think we've all seen plenty of Jason Kelsey in the last few weeks. Oh, you're a hater here too. That's a sinner finally getting some love.
Whoa.
I happen
to
like Jason Kelsey.
Yes, I know.
Oh, hit pause for a second. You know what he's doing. You know what that is, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have had conversations.
We've had these exact conversations.
Stephen A. talks so much shit about Jason Kelsey. The jokes. There is a group text. It's a group text, and it's Mad Dog, Stephen A., and whoever their hot dog is, and they all shit on Jason Kelsey. And then it comes up on the air, and one of them has loose lips. Travis talks like, you don't like him, and I'm smiling because I can't keep in my laugh because you're making it public, but going, I don't know, I think he's great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know anything about that.
This is the first I've heard of you say that, Chris.
That's exact. Stephen A. is so thrilled that the group text is coming to ESPN.
Jason Kelsey. Yes or no?
What
Yes or no? Yes or no what? They put him in the booth in the
He's a star. Okay. All right.
You're a hater. Yes or no?
Okay.
He's a new star to the network.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at Mad Dog's eyes.
He's
he
like,
knows. You know, you fucker. You know. And Stephen A. is showing. I'm going to show you exactly the level of professional I am, because there is a joy.
Stephen A's still trying to get that bag.
Well, he's still trying to get that bag, but there also is. It feels good to lie, and to lie in front of a person who knows that you are 100% lying, and there's nothing he can do about it.
And you also know, as the liar, that Chris, or whoever the person you're talking to isn't going to be mad, and they actually think that this is funny.
They think it's funny, that you are bold. You know that you are telling one, not misleading, not stretching, is 100% a lie. And that's a fun thing to do.
Of course.
Very proud of him. I'm happy to see him. I'm happy to see him. I have no problems with that. Finally, a sinner's
getting some respect. The Chiefs are at the Chargers on Sunday.
He ain't the one on ESPN bet commercial.
The Chiefs are on a 10-game.
It would totally be like, I don't like this person. You're shitting on him, and I start shitting on you. That's what went on there. That's the greatest thing I've seen.
Yeah.
It's so fun. But that's why that show is good.
I mean,
that's
Stephen
why
A. Smith and Chris Russo really got something.
Yeah. Because it feels like they're both so over the top and so outlandish, but just finally seeing two guys with personalities that big who aren't like constantly trying to undermine each other.
Yeah, they're not in competition with each other.
Right. They're like kind of celebrating each other. They enjoy each other's shtick.
Like if Stephen A. went on vacation for a week, Mad Dog wouldn't change the intro.
No. And when Mad Dog's on his rants where he's talking 2 inches away from the camera lens, you can see Stephen A. in the background just kind of chuckling and enjoying it.
Yeah.
And like when Stephen A. goes off on someone, Mad Dog enjoys it.
Yeah. No.
It's a good dynamic.
They're good together.
Well, look, I think everyone's had a good dynamic here today as well. You can, there's a couple of things you can do as we're coming to a close on this show. You can either listen to the Satisfying podcast with myself